The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
My phone just told me we're live. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio. I had an intro, but fuck it.
Well, you need an intro. I gotta get the music ready.
Oh.
Boy, you guys are really on the ball today, huh?
Listen, you don't even have fucking clothes on.
I do have clothes on.
No, you don't. You have fucking pajamas on. Holy
welcome
shit.
to Trick or Treat Radio. Play the goddamn.
What just happened there?
Welcome all you little zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 221 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we also make appearances at conventions and hang out with some awesome fucking people.
It's nice to know the flawless pro streak that we had all weekend is alive and well still on Wednesday.
Yes.
Right?
Fuck.
So right off the bat here, why don't we go ahead? We do have a guest with us. If you've been following along at home, you may know who this is because he was on, we mentioned him last week. But he's a cinephile, a 35 millimeter purist, a grower, not a shower, folks, a Renaissance man, and he's also the founder and promoter of the Back Alley film series, and our good buddy, Professor J.
Is that my cue? Oh.
That's it.
I don't know if I was muted yet or not. Well,
Yeah.
welcome, thank you. And I like how you mentioned Back Alley, considering it's been dead since May. So
Nice.
I founded something that hasn't had a screening in 6 months. Anyway. So
Well,
congratulations.
Has it been May? I'm trying to figure out what was the last one?
High Rise.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we had to take a little hiatus because, corporate movie theaters and all that bullshit. So anyway,
fuck him.
So what? So,
Fuck 'em.
Well, yeah, fuck them. That's right. It's good to be back, everyone. It's good to talk to you guys again.
AMC, you're a bullshit artist.
You're a horse shit artist.
Yeah.
I'm shit scared, man.
Well, it's awesome having you back, Jay. We always love having you on, talking movies and just shooting the shit. And it's a shame you're not here in studio, but we got to do what we got to do when you're not up here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We got to do whatever we got to do to get the union back.
That's right.
That's right.
So, Jay, what's been going on in your neck of the woods? I know you just had a film festival. Any other exciting things going on?
No, not really. No, it's we had the Charlotte Film Festival was a couple weeks ago, and we had 80-something movies, including our friend Carando's Karate Kill, the US premiere of that, which was highly exciting. And we showed Beyond the Gates, which,
Nice,
Nice.
you have some connection to Jackson Stewart's film, and I think it was Jarrett was a producer on that, I think, or somebody else, Steven.
Steven.
Yep.
Steven wrote it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we screened that. That was actually right after Karate Kill, so that was
nice.
a good evening, a Friday night of like two kind of trick or treat movies back to back. if you
Yeah.
will.
That's all right.
But yeah, and we showed the film that we're about to talk about this evening at the festival.
Yep.
And had a good screening of that, and a lot of other stuff. So yeah, we had a good screening, where we had lots of good curfews in Charlotte with all the rioting and all that.
Oh,
There you
yeah.
go. All right.
Yeah, well, it's Charlotte rioting, so let's be honest, it wasn't really rioting. It was like a block.
There's a lot of people going, woo!
It was like rioting. When the Red Sox won the championship series in 2004, there was more rioting than it was in Charlotte.
Fucking Boston rules, dude.
It was a riot full of Ric Flairs.
Go
Yeah,
Brady.
that's right. So, but yeah, so the festival was good. Everything's going good, and we're just
It's been a
doing
while,
our thing here,
but he explained the joke.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
What?
What's
No,
up?
I'm just going along with it. That's all.
Yeah. Hello.
For God's sakes.
And Jay, since
Yeah.
since we're keeping tabs with our boy Carando, how do you feel Karate Kill went over with the crowd?
I think it went over pretty well. It wasn't a huge turnout. It was a little light. So I was a little bummed on that, but
Yeah.
it's hard at a festival. You never know what people are gonna want to go see, and I can't remember what it was up against. Something else was playing in the same similar slot, and so a lot of people went and saw it. I think it was like a drama.
Oh, okay.
But it's again Charlotte. You're going for exploitation. I think everybody who saw it really, really enjoyed it. They had a good time. There were a few younger people who are students of mine at the university who came to see it and were like, I'm not really sure what I just watched, and
Yeah.
we're sort of a little confused by the gratuitous nudity and violence and Carando, actually there was a buddy of Carando's who came out to the screening and from LA. It was a buddy of his. He was in town, and so he came to see it. I got to hang out with him a little bit.
Oh, nice.
He had seen the film already, but he thoroughly enjoyed watching it on the big screen. So that I think he definitely enjoyed that. I'm sure, I can't believe I'm forgetting. I think his name is Mario. But anyway, he was a great guy, and so I think the audience definitely enjoyed the film. I definitely, for the most part, know that. I just wish more people had seen it. That's all. But
Sounds like our show. You just described it to a T.
pretty much. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it went over pretty well. What would you say would have been one of the more successful films, or even maybe one of your favorites?
Well, I mean, one of my favorites we're about to talk about this evening.
Yes.
Which I actually, again, we broke curfew to screen this film in Charlotte. We were all supposed to technically be home by midnight, and we decided, fuck that.
Yeah.
So we, and I actually screened it again privately for some people on the Sunday. We screened on a Friday night, and we screened it on the Sunday after the festival for some people who were not willing to break curfew just so they could see it. So I watched it twice in about this in a theater with people that I highly respect their opinions and so that was a big treat for me, was seeing it with an audience.
Yeah.
But that was the Phantasm. We showed Phantasm, the remastered Phantasm.
Oh, nice.
At the festival in the first weekend, and that was a really big crowd for that. And I think that was a highlight screening.
Yeah.
Because most people who had seen that movie had never seen it on a big screen, never seen it in a theater. So, and the movie just looked and sounded incredible. I think that's what I was more impressed with, was the sound. It just sounded so good. The remastered Phantasm. So that was a great screening. Trying to think what else. Forget, it's been so many weeks now. I'm trying to forget the whole experience. Yeah. So anyway.
Well,
yeah.
That's amazing. 80 films in over the course of the festival. It sounds like a really fantastic time.
Yeah. Yeah, 80 plus. Let's
80
say
plus.
that.
Jesus.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if you've noticed, if you've seen, has been getting a lot of play online recently. Last couple of days, this Borrowed Time short, the guys from Pixar.
Oh yeah, I did see.
The
Yeah.
Western. It's been popping up on a lot of social media because they put it out. You can see it. We screened that at our festival. We were one of the last festivals able to screen that,
Nice.
and that's a pretty amazing. It's a computer animated sort of short drama. It's about 6 or 7 minutes long, but it's really powerful and really moving for like an animated film. You sort of watch it and you're like, oh wow, like this is pretty amazing for, like, don't let your kids watch it. It gets a little kind of depressing. So. But yeah, so we screened that, and that was really good to screen as well. So yeah, so again, a lot of different types of stuff. We had a lot of good genre stuff, I thought, this year in particular. And so, hopefully we'll just keep building as we go.
Absolutely.
That makes me excited for next year, because I feel like this year has been a little bit lacking in genre stuff so far, especially in the horror department for what we've watched so far. So I'm excited for the end of the year / early next year, because this year I feel like I saw the best movies almost right out of the gate now.
Yeah, well, it sounds like there's some good stuff coming out next year. So
Yeah.
Bullshit!
Bullshit artist.
Yeah.
Well,
that's not right. That's personally my favorite recurring gag.
Yeah.
But again, I guess we'll get into that when we talk about the movie.
Yeah, and if people have not seen the movie yet, then they probably don't know what the fuck we're talking about. But
Yeah.
So for tonight's show, let me run down quickly what we have in store. We are going to review the Greasy Strangler in a little bit here, and then afterwards we're going to talk about the weekend that we just had at Rock and Shock and the Deadites show, and also we had invited our listeners and other folks to send in feedback about if they were there, about their experience there, and if they weren't, just about a memorable convention experience for them. So we'll be touching on that a little bit later as well. And then, of course, we'll have other feedback that we'll be playing and reading. And we have MZ in his pajama pants.
Does it really make that big of a deal?
Yeah, it does.
Well,
Why?
You're a grown man and it's fucking 9 o'clock at night.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
Do I have to? Why do I have to look at
Look
him?
at how nicely he's dressed. Look, he's wearing a belt.
Yeah,
Slacks.
take notes, Mars.
It doesn't
Yeah,
work very
never
well.
works.
Yeah.
Get a new belt.
Whatever. At least I have fucking pants with a fucking zipper.
It's true.
Who needs a zipper when you got buttons and a drawstring?
Are you wearing shoes?
I am wearing shoes.
Are you wearing cut-off sweatpants under those?
No.
I think you should just have a little more respect for our listeners. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
fucking
so.
dress to the nines, but like, you're basically showing that I don't even care enough to get dressed.
Yep.
And if you hadn't opened your big fat yap, nobody would even know about this.
Well, it's a
On me.
live show.
Yeah.
It's on the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see my pants? Can
Yeah,
you
but
see from? Wait. Can you see from below my waist on there?
Yes. They
No,
can.
you can't.
Yes, they
No,
can.
you can't. No, you can't.
He's actually a minotaur.
Bullshit artist.
Centaur bullshit. We have a guest on and you didn't fucking...
Yeah.
He could be fucking balls ass naked for all I know.
But Jay, are you wearing
How did
pants
you
right
know?
now?
How did you know? How did you know?
Psychic
Hold on.
vision. Psychic
I'm
vision.
gonna send you a picture here real quick.
Oh, don't do that, man. Don't do that.
He's been
Unless you're Big Ronnie, don't do that.
You got a pants curfew over there?
Oh yeah, there's always a pants curfew in Charlotte. Are you kidding me?
Hey, you guys all right with the storms? Wasn't it raining over there?
That was the eastern part of the state. Who gives a shit?
no one gives a shit.
If that part of the state just washes away, it don't matter.
Those people who live on the ocean and then like every 10 years they're like, why is my basement flooded? Like, yeah, because you live in the ocean, you idiots.
See, Atlantis? See?
And they didn't. Here you go.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on for tonight. Let me go ahead and introduce everybody, all right? How about that? I'm Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and
Big
producer of
Johnny
media.
Wolfenstein.
I'm sorry. I'm Big Johnny, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, and the Grand Guignol Network. We also have Big Dynamo. He is the mortal gunslinger, singer, and lyricist for the Deadites, and one of the co-hosts of the Elm Street Kids Movie Club.
Know what I was going to say during my intro?
What were you going to say?
As of 9 a.m. today, I decided I was going to just say, fuck it, play out the rest of our obligations, and just say, Wister's dead, and move on. But you know what I'm saying instead?
What?
Challenge fucking accepted, Wister. I'm going to fucking stop filling up clubs and all the fat, old, stupid people that I know that I went to all their fucking kids' bar mitzvahs, and I went to their fucking political fucking rallies, and I went to the openings of their business, and I went to all the fucking other stupid shit that was important to them, usually on a work day for me. I don't need any of you. I'm going to find the fucking good people of Worcester, the young people of Worcester, the happy people of Worcester, the people who want to go do things but don't know what to do, the people who aren't cynical and bored but act like a bunch of fucking teenagers trying to make the scene. I am going to revitalize Worcester if it fucking kills me. I'm gonna fucking pull out my fucking cock, pee everywhere. Yeah. Starship Video's gonna fucking grow. Like it's gonna be fucking awesome all over again. Like, the Lucky Dog's going to be full. The Cove is going to be full. It's going to be so fucking full, it's going to break off, and there'll be a Lucky Dog next door. It's going to be fucking ridiculous, and I don't care.
Jay sent us a picture. Yep, he's definitely topless at least.
Ooh. Sexy dude right there.
Although with that beard, that might that could count as a shirt, I think.
It's just like leprechaun porn.
I have
Leprechaun.
I have just the neck part of the turtleneck.
Sexy, right?
That's it's real
It's called a dickie.
a dickie.
Hey now.
Yeah, so fuck you, Worcester.
The city of Worcester.
Yeah, not our fans,
Nope.
but the people who said that they were my fucking friends. Fuck you guys.
Yeah, and fuck Grafton too.
Yeah.
No, not Grafton came out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello.
Fuck Shrewsbury.
No,
Yeah.
Shrewsbury. No.
Lemonster.
You don't say anything bad about Shrewsbury.
Fuck Lester and Palmer. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Shrewsbury has the fucking best fucking Halloween maze in the United States right now.
It
in
is.
it.
Fuck Millbury too.
Yeah.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
And it's here.
They had one thing and they blew it.
We also have Big Monster Zero, or Big Zero, maybe.
Yeah.
Hey, what happened?
He's the vulgar guru of horror, star of Blood Pigs and Fetus, one-time contributor for Horrorhound magazine.
Yep, and that's not going to change anytime soon. I stay in my stagnant area.
You do
I
well.
think you're digressing, honestly.
Yeah.
To be
I
honest.
think I am.
You're not
They're
even
gonna-
fucking wearing pants.
I
They're-
know.
Horrorhound's going to send you that article back and strike it from the record.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what's funny about that article? Now that I think about it, now that I remember it, I didn't even get a writing credit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where it says contributions at the beginning of the magazine.
Yeah.
No, my name's not there.
Usually those articles have a writing credit in the, like on the article.
Yeah, my name's on the article.
What do you want to be fucking added to the masthead?
No, I'm just saying it would have been nice if I was added to the contribution because
But you only
because
wrote one
I
time.
looked at all the other articles and I saw everybody else's name attached to them and attached to the contributors staff.
All those
And
people wrote more than one article.
you don't know that.
All right.
Well, Mark Newell's in there. That guy wrote a ton of articles.
Big deal.
In the chat room, Kex is hanging out.
Hey, Kex.
We most of us got to meet Kex.
Yeah, I
this
hugged the shit
weekend.
out of that guy. I was
Kex
happy
is
about it.
awesome.
And
Kex
Kex,
is the dude.
Kex says, "Look at all the handsome men's."
Kex
Ooh.
is the
He
fucking
must
guy.
be. He can't be watching this show.
No, he must be watching another show.
No.
Probably outside the cinema.
And Riku says, fighting during the intro means it's going to be a good show. We got Drive Jacket Mark hanging out.
What's up, baby?
We got
Not a word.
don't hit on the sister.
I wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah, I could tell by the smirk on your face.
We're fucking been around each other too fucking long.
We have Creepy Girl hanging
Yeah.
out.
Hey, creepy girl.
Hey.
We have Jethro Nomicon.
Nothing's ever easy when you live in Jethro.
No, we got First Time Michael.
Hey.
And he says, "Evening family, and hi, Professor J. You guys still worn out from Rock and Shock in your triumphant concert?" I took the day off on Monday and rested up.
Did you really?
Yeah. And let's see.
I haven't slept in days.
You haven't slept in days?
No.
Well, I haven't slept much, but I did sleep on Monday a little bit.
It's been rock and roll.
Oh shit! First time Michael's streaming us on his Roku. That's
Nice.
dangerous.
Isn't that on that guy?
What's
Big Roku.
Wasn't he just talking about his fighting in the intro and now he's getting streamed on?
No, Riku
Oh,
and
sorry.
Roku are two different people.
Wait.
Kex says, "I came from Taunton. Fuck Taunton."
Yeah, fuck
Oh
Taunton.
no.
No, you can't fuck Taunton
Why?
because Taunton represented, man.
Taunton's kind of easy.
And Kex says the Deadites were awesome.
Thanks, man,
See,
so
he's
much.
See
taunting,
that?
he knows.
Oh shit! Sheetsy's hanging out.
Sheets.
Hey, big sheets.
Sheetsy,
Big
you-
Sheets.
Sheetsy, you missed all the songs that I wrote that I forgot the words to.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
Yeah, most. There's one that I think it was The Night to Me. Like I know new
Yeah.
word. I basically
was-
just sing
yeah.
the first line
was-
over and over again.
Well,
Remix.
we'll talk about this later, I'm sure. But Tiny did fuck you up on that one
Yeah, well.
because he said he was playing something else and then played something else.
Yeah, I don't know why that fucked me up so bad though.
Wow.
Like it really fucked me up bad.
It's like an Ashley Simpson moment, huh?
Well, no, it was like a matter. No, she was the pretty one who was lip syncing, right? No, see, no, that's not what happened with her. She wasn't singing at all.
No.
What happened with me was that we were playing a song that I don't normally sing, and I had put a little bit of work into, and Tiny said it was next, so I kind of mentally downloaded those lyrics, and then played a different song.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, which I also don't really sing anymore. So I was like, fuck.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. And then he gave me the finger when I complained about it. He was in rare form, so I can't wait to talk about that. Old friend of Professor J's actually beat the shit out of Tiny in the green room before Johnny Wolfenstein and I's entertainment. That was fun.
Yes, it was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
He was pretty. He did say something that probably warranted it, though.
Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah. So
I didn't know that I could hit him for things that he deserves to get hit for. This is like a whole new dynamic in the band,
though. Let's see who else is hanging out.
How about who else is on the fucking show?
No, hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. Wait your turn.
Well, you're fucking
Right.
Listeners first, and then you.
Johnny Sweatpants.
And we got Big Raven Shadow.
Thank you.
Or Big Mike.
There you go.
The chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, Lorazepam loving, comic book reading nerd, and the official smoke machine for Castle Wolfenstein.
Right, and don't forget men's department shopping.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Who's got this podcast on Swole?
Was that a
What?
Was that a sentence?
Yeah, Swole. We're on Swole, baby.
Swole?
Yeah.
What's swole?
You don't know that? You're not fucking hip. Tim Nice would know that.
Swollen.
I feel like
That's what
Oh,
swole
for
is.
Christ.
Is that
Yeah.
is that like when you kind of like a girl and you sort of like
Nah, man.
you like get a little chubby there, but not like what you get swole?
yeah.
it was kind of like that in
Yeah.
some ways. But no, man. Like the old Brandon Merriweather used to play for the New England Patriots.
You're at half
He had
mast.
that rap song on Swole. You know, it's a hip term. The kids said, I'm talking Tim Nice.
That's who I thought I was talking to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll teach you guys later. I'll the lingo.
No, dude, it's okay.
You got lingo
Yeah.
down there in
Yeah.
North Kakalaki?
Linglo?
Lingo.
Bullshit!
I will remain unhip.
What's Linglo?
It's fucking new too. We'll talk about that.
You're a bullshit artist.
The
Yeah, we don't have that yet.
No, I'll show you.
another thing I am anxious to talk about is I feel like this weekend Raven Shadow learned that it's better to give the girls drinks than drink them all.
Yes.
What was that look on MZ's face? Oh, that was weird.
New tactic.
By the way, MZ,
Yes.
in the midst of a terrible family tragedy,
Yes.
in the midst of a show I was really heartbroken for,
Uh-huh.
while I had a hurt tooth that I broke,
Right.
still got laid in a hotel room.
Whoa!
Really?
Yeah, you gotta
She was passed out.
you gotta put this shit
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
NC.
How many roofies did it take?
NC 0 roofies. You ate them all. You thought they were fucking mints.
He roofied
I was
himself.
wondering what happened to me.
Fucking chow daddy. Can we-
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah.
We got to tell Jay. Jay, you remember Chow Daddy, right?
Oh yeah. That was like a after school special thing or
the
something. It was
PSA.
like yeah. It was like a lion or something, right?
Well, like
Right?
a werewolf, right?
Or something.
Yeah. It was like a lion.
Lion, wolf.
No, it's kind of like a lion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was
It
on
wasn't
rap
really.
now?
It wasn't really too keen on what exactly it was supposed to be, but I always thought it was a lion.
I thought it was a lion.
Yeah, and he just was like singing about getting snacks and stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
eating school lunch and shit like that,
Right.
right? Yeah. Snippets.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this fucking dude, MZ, dressed up as Chow Daddy.
Oh, no, he did not.
Yeah.
for the
Oh,
Deadites
that's
show.
fucking amazing. That's fucking amazing.
I'll send you a picture in a sec. Actually,
Oh,
maybe I'll put
shit.
it on the live feed too.
Yeah, put it on the live feed so everyone
Yeah.
can enjoy it.
It is unbelievable.
And by the way, for new listeners and maybe Jay, I wasn't bragging about getting laid. I was just illustrating to Monster Zero that it is nigh impossible to spring for a hotel room with your special lady friend and not have sex.
No, trust me. If you can get laid and I can't, then there's definitely something wrong with me.
Right. Well, other than the fact that I had
No,
more-
but you're the star of the show. I mean, any guy who's the star of the show gets laid. I mean, that's pretty automatic.
What show is that man a star of?
You're the Prince of Persia.
You were there.
You're the Prince of Persia.
Did you see who else is in the band? I'm not anybody's third favorite.
Yeah, but who's to say that they didn't get laid too? Just the fact that you got laid is a miracle.
What? The funny part is that I was better dressed while I had sex than you are right now.
Oh shit! Drive Jacket Mark says my sister's fair game.
Big Jacket Mark.
Raven Shadow.
What's that?
Drive Jacket Mark says my sister is fair game.
That's Big.
Oh,
Whoa.
this is her favorite game. I'm like, what
Fit.
game is that?
That's Big Jacket Mark.
And then Riku asks, did Raven Shadow just say he's the men's department shaman?
I am the men's department shaman.
Fair Game sounds like a
good movie, huh?
Scott Adkins movie.
And then we also have Slagots hanging out.
Hey, dude.
Michael Raven Shadow, Scott Adkins. Fair Game.
And first time Michael says MZ is Chow Daddy looked hilarious.
Yeah, that picture is all sorts of amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Well, you know what? You gotta give credit to Wolfie's girl T-Dog.
Yeah, she did awesome.
She did an amazing job. She did a much better job than I could ever do, and you gotta hand it to her.
On the makeup.
On the makeup, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and she deserves most of the credit on that.
Yeah, it looked really good. And Kex says, "Who got laid in a hotel? You said you weren't going to tell anyone."
Whoa.
Oh, Marsman.
Yeah.
You did like hugging him.
It's true. Kex is not a grower. He is a shower.
He's lucky.
It's true.
Yeah.
Oh man, I think we got to hang out with Kex for like 30 seconds. He came over our table
That's twice as long as I needed.
on Saturday night, right before the Deadite show, and seemed like a really funny, awesome dude.
Oh, he
Yeah,
was
it was
awesome.
Yeah.
He was killing us. And then I had a conversation with a little group I was hanging out with on Saturday night, and he was killing us too.
Yeah, I'm glad you
He was
guys got to
super
meet that. You guys got to meet Kex. I've known him for like 5 years or so. and
Yeah, he's awesome.
he's a cool dude.
It was such a cool surprise because I was kind of doing the during one of the songs I don't sing, kind of making my way through the crowd,
Yep.
and all of a sudden, like the C part, and there's fucking Kex. I was like, "Hey!" It's fucking great.
Well, I'm shouting across.
I was so happy.
I'm shouting across across the restaurant. Hey, Kex! Kex!
First time Michael says, "Breaking news: justifications for getting laid get convoluted. Details at 11." Oh man,
And we're at a standstill.
we are just standing now.
Monster Zero, if you take me to a hotel room, I'll fuck you.
Oh, you gotta pay. You
That's
gotta.
not exactly the way I thought it would go.
You
but
gotta pay for it.
Yeah.
No.
Not for the sex, just the hotel room.
Yeah, the hotel.
The
sex is free.
The sex is free.
Yeah, I feel real bad. I feel real bad, Monster
You could
Zero.
use the gym, have some sex. There's an indoor pool.
No wonder he's so angry.
Get yourself some ice out of the ice machine.
Yeah,
buy an orange Shasta diet.
Yeah.
English muffins in the morning.
Yeah.
Listen, if I could break this, if honestly, breaking this pathetic streak means you have to break one off in your old Uncle Dynamo, I'm okay.
Oh my
Fuck you.
god,
I ain't doing that.
Uncle Dynamo.
I'm okay.
Dynamo.
Let's play Thanksgiving. You come over
Big
Uncle
Dynamo.
Dynamo's house,
And
I don't like the
Break
way
one.
this is going already.
and you do sex
Break
to
one
him.
off in Big Dynamo.
Big Dynamo, yeah.
Because this is a bad streak.
Is it Big Mars or Big Dynamo? Which you prefer?
I don't care.
All right.
It's pretty cold in here, so it's not big either. It's blowing right up my
Are you
pant leg.
cold?
Huh?
You cold?
It's the air conditioner somehow is like seems to with like I don't know if things got moved or something changed, but it's like
Heat seeking?
literally it's the opposite of heat seeking.
You can open
Literally, oh, it's because I'm sitting on camera and I'm not normal. I'm in a different place. That's what it is.
Oh yeah.
We can
Yeah,
open
it's
the door.
normally blowing air right at my crotch, cold air.
So Drive Jack and Mark asks, so you guys believe that Ric Flair fucked Halle Berry? He said it.
Yeah.
I mean, I take the man at his word.
I think that Ric Flair is crazy like Bobby Chains. That's what I think.
Got some of those stories too.
Yeah, that dude's nuts.
Oh, we'll get into
Ric
that.
Flair. I mean.
Look, Halle Berry ran over a person. How can you even trust her?
Well, not to drive, but you want to ride? No, Halle Berry.
She got to ride Space Mountain apparently.
Yeah, she did. She was first in line.
I don't know. I was listening to Jim Ross's show this week,
Yeah.
and apparently, where that came from was at some public event. He asked Jim Ross if he remembered the time that he brought Halle Berry over his house,
Uh-huh.
and Jim Ross was like, "No."
You said it like Jim Ross, Halle Berry.
Remember the time? And I was like,
She's a Jezebel.
"No, I don't recall that time, Rick."
In my view.
See, you have to put the Bell's palsy on. Not good.
Well, I mean,
I've been watching Halloween Havoc 1989 through 1990, like Jim Ross in his prime.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Jim Ross I choose to remember. He sounds all not Bell palsied.
First time Michael asks, Raven Shadow, share some Italian wisdom with us.
Hey, shut up
God,
with your face.
Yeah. we got a couple seconds to kill. Shut up.
No, be nice to your mother.
That was not nice.
No, that's what people endearment.
Oh, you're being outrageous.
Eat
I
the
am being
eat the
I am
gabagoo.
outrageous. Yeah, no, you know, be nice. You know, never rat on your friends. Okay.
You wear concrete slippers.
Don't say nothing. You know, do the right thing. All right. You know what the right thing is. Do that. Don't talk about that thing over there. Stir the sauce.
Do the right thing. Kiss my ring.
Why don't you? No, it's not sweatpant advice. It's not bedtime advice.
Dude, I will shove my ass right in your face and lay one on you so fast you won't know what hit ya.
He wants to go to the hotel room with you, not me.
Right.
That's sexy talk.
Yeah, unfortunately for me and Monster Zero, when I say I'm going to have pillow talk with him, it means I'm going to smother him.
That's funny because it's true.
I was going to say smother him and take his wallet, but I just had to follow him around until it fell out of his funny pants here because he doesn't have any real pockets.
Don't worry, I don't have any real money either.
Are you really? You dress so well, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm dressed to the nines.
Haven't you ever heard the
but I'm poor
expression
because of
dress
it.
for success?
Well, we've already hit success. Now it's time to get laid back.
I don't know that I would say
I wouldn't. Yeah, you're not getting laid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't use that.
You could have if you came to the restaurant the other day.
Oh yeah.
I had things to do. What do you mean?
You?
You know what? I don't want to get down this road.
You
We
could
got a
have
show
done
to do.
this. I know you don't want to get down. You, Monster Zero, could have done the sex if you came out and partied with us.
On who? Who could you have done
Who?
the sex on?
I'm sure there would have been somebody who would have had done sex on him.
Yeah, at least a handy or something.
Well, I was sitting next to you in the. I never got anything from you.
Well, you didn't.
No, you're too busy stuffing your face full of potato skins.
That's true.
Oh,
with no
pizza skins.
with no sour cream.
Pizza
No
skins.
sour
Pizza
cream.
skin.
Or was it? Oh, pizza skins.
Can
yeah.
we just talk for 1 minute about how Raven Shadow brought the whole table to a standstill with how he was eating his pizza skins with a
Right.
with a knife and a fork, like it was
Yeah.
like
he's all
all
sophisticated.
dainty.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of Seinfeld with the guy eating the Snickers with a knife and fork.
No, I haven't dinner, I have a meal. You know,
That's not a meal. That's
yourself.
finger food.
it's very
He's
thick.
keeping it classy.
Thank you, Jay.
Yeah.
That's shallot style.
No wonder
Yeah,
he
I-
only wants an appetizer, though. It takes him 45 minutes to eat it.
Well, there was. You see how big the beers were?
I couldn't eat. I
No.
was too busy drinking.
Do you see how big the shitty beers were?
Everyone orders like a nice thing, and
Nice
you're
craft
like,
beer.
Yeah, you're like, I'll take a Budweiser.
Mixed drink. Bud Light.
Oh, Bud Light.
Well, no. Here's the thing. And I told outside the cinema. I told Bill.
Outside the cinema.
I told all those guys on that program. I told Bill, and Bill understood that you get a long table, a bunch of people, chaos, drinks are flowing. I try to order defensively. So I'll try. There's times where I'll order things that maybe aren't the best thing, but I know nobody else will order them, so I know that's my thing.
That's your excuse for ordering shitty beer.
11
Are
people
you
at that
kidding?
table got pizza skins.
Yes.
Well, I know whose Bud Lights were whose.
Such bullshit.
That's true.
What a bullshit answer.
Bill, call in.
Bullshit artist.
Yeah, you're a bullshit artist.
Horse shit.
Horse shit.
Penguin shit.
King penguin shit.
Jay, you know what I'm talking about, right?
You are, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't be drinking that, but you know.
Yeah, but you know it's fucking strategy.
I'd go the other way though. I'd go with something so extreme that nobody would want that either. So sure, I got you.
Yeah, well, you're balling. You're like a professor and shit. Daddy's on a budget.
Duck
Something like
shit.
that. Yeah, I'm a professor on a budget. I'm a lecturer.
No shit. Oh, you. Well, it's an election year.
It's an election year.
And apparently, from some of the stories we heard earlier, it's an erection year too.
Oh.
So, hey now.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Oh man. So we do have a film review to get to. We're going to do that in a few moments.
Horse shit.
Horseshit. Bullshit artist.
I call bullshit on that statement.
That's
But-
not right.
I do. Before I forget, I do want to take the time real quick, because we may forget if we hold off on this, but I wanted to give a big shout out, and also just to pimp out our buddy El Goro's show, Talk Without Rhythm.
Oh.
And on his most recent episode, let me look and get the number for you guys in just a second, but on his most recent episode, he really talked a lot about Rock and Chalk. So if you guys want to get a nice companion piece to what we're going to talk about tonight, I would recommend going and check out El Goro's show. And he is super eloquent and super amazing, and he's probably going to be able to put it better than we could. So that's why I want to point you in that direction. And he does have some nice things to say about us, especially Dynamo. And it's episode 341. So go check out Talk Without Rhythm 341, and he reviews two television specials, Ghost Watch and the WNUF Halloween special.
I actually want to review both those someday.
Yeah, Ghost Watch sounds very interesting.
Yeah, there's a incredible episode, also a companion piece to a companion piece. I'll put the episode number somewhere, but Bloody Good Horror reviewed that not too long ago. That's how I found out it existed.
Nice. So just wanted to point people in that direction. He said some very nice things, and he's way more eloquent than any of us. So I figured that it'd be good to go, listen to him, check out what he has to say.
And if anybody was remembering, if anybody's wondering, much like Jakey Poo, just as fucking much of a prince in real life as he is as a internet entity.
Yeah, absolutely.
And bigger than
my
you
God.
thought he was.
Fucking Viking.
Well, MZ had never met him before.
Did MZ meet him at all?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you didn't get thrown through a table. That was the promise.
Yeah. He was nice to you.
Did he
Oh,
beat the
man.
pants off you? Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing these.
All right, so
Oh, Jesus, that was classic right there. That was so classic.
first time Michael says, why not a good Milwaukee beer, Raven Shadow?
It wasn't on the menu, man.
Milwaukee?
Ooh.
Which is Algonquin for the good
Ooh,
land.
Old Milwaukee.
Yes. Yeah, old Milwaukee.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he also says Ghost Watch is a great movie recommended. All right, Raven Shadow, you're going to help me out here. So people want to support the show. They can do so by going to trickortreatradio.com.
Yes.
Right on the homepage, on the right margin, you're going to see a bunch of different images. If you click on any of them, it's going to help support us.
Oh, man.
First up, we have Horror Pack. If you guys want to receive 4 DVDs, 4 Blu-rays right to your door every single month, they have a subscription service. You sign up, they send you some DVDs or Blu-rays. Chances are you're going to get some good stuff, all for the price of 1 movie. You're getting 4. So go ahead and click on our link on trickortreatradio.com, sign up for Horror Pack, and you won't be disappointed. I think they also have a deal right now where if you sign up for an entire year up front, you get I'm probably going to screw it up, but it was a limited edition of Pan's Labyrinth. I want to say it was like a steelbook maybe or something like that. So a very cool version of Pan's Labyrinth, only if you sign up for a year.
A year?
So you sign up for a 12-month subscription, and they send you that in addition as well. So they have some cool stuff. Go check out our friends over at Horror Pack, and they also
Horror Pack?
They also sent us some flyers that we had displayed on the booth this past weekend. And also, speaking of our friends, they're not a sponsor of ours per se, but they have a really awesome thing. But our friends over at Mixtape Massacre have a really awesome board game.
Holy shit, it's so cool, fucking cool.
It's very cool, and you guys can go to mixtapemassacre.com or just do a Google search or Bing it. Go to Mixtape Massacre. Look for it. I believe they're sold out right now, but they're going to get some more in soon.
Yep.
But check it out. It's a really cool game. You get to play as one of 10 slasher archetypes, or just not slashers, but just horror archetypes.
Ghost. And
you compete against your friends and try to kill as many people as you can, and the person with the most kills at the end wins.
I think that that nice shirt you guys saw me rocking on Sunday, that was their propaganda. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we have them. We also have our the Amazon affiliate. So if you guys do some shopping on Amazon, just click on the Amazon logo. Everything you purchase in that session will get attributed to us, and it doesn't cost them any extra, Michael Raven Shadow.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. Get a little bit of a cut from that for referring you to Amazon, even though you're going to shop there anyway. So if you do any shopping, just use our link. And we also have just a straight up donate button on PayPal. If you just want to hand us money, free money, you can do so there. And then we also still, I think we're just going to do it till the end of October. The fundraiser is still going on. And that's going to be replaced by another way you can support the show. We'll have some more information about that soon.
I have some pre-orders if they don't get fucked up this time back from the wild yesteryear. Yeah.
On Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My fucking Waxwork and Waxwork 2 should be coming
Nice.
very, very shortly. I don't have it yet, though. I saw somebody who had it. I don't have it yet. I think I thought I should have it tomorrow.
And finally, our friends over at XSplit.
XSplit.
They provide the live streaming service you see here on Wednesday nights.
Don't poke the pillow, you fucking jerk.
You poke the pillow?
Yeah.
Oh, for
Somebody
Christ's
made that
sake.
for us.
Yeah.
Someone's trying to get some action any way you can
You
get it.
vandal.
Yeah, Vandal Savage.
Vandal, yeah. So if you
Trapped
guys,
in time like a bug in a jar.
no matter where you go, there you are. So if you guys do want to do some live streaming, whether you're doing a live video feed like we do, or if you want to do a Let's Play or Watch Us Die like our friends over at Horror Made, you can go ahead and check out XSplit. And the link on our site will bring you right to it. So, Raven Shadow,
Yes.
I cannot wait to hear this. You sit down to watch the Greasy Strangler. You greasy bastard. What do you do? What do you do to prepare yourself?
I gotta make a fucking adjustment, Johnny. I gotta
Yeah, yeah.
call
He needs
an
to
audible.
lube his throat.
Yeah.
You need some more. You need some more oil on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen.
You put some oil on your bacon.
Yeah.
Oil on your toast
Oil on your toast.
Yeah. I don't get the
and on your
reference.
grapefruit.
I don't get the reference. Okay.
I know.
You know why?
Put a little grease in your coffee.
Yeah. We're going on break.
Coffee.
I mean, I'm not saying I want to try it, but why hasn't anybody
Yeah,
ever tried
that's
greasy
true.
coffee?
Yeah, it's true.
Listen. Sometimes
Sometimes, yes.
life happens.
Yes, life does happen.
Sometimes it happens to all of us.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Just seems to happen more to you than anybody else.
well, you got some fucking problems you too, my friend. Wardrobe aside, but no, like I had a plan on Monday that kind of fell through last minutes.
Yep.
And then I had a backup plan on Tuesday.
Yep. That fell through.
And it wasn't my fault. It wasn't anyone's fault. But I
Okay.
fucking tried. I think
Okay.
people in the room knew I tried. But sometimes life happens.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do anything before I watched the movie because I didn't watch the movie.
Oh.
And a streak is broken.
You were doing so good.
You were doing
Doing so good. I think it's at least 20. What are we on? 21 now? 22?
221.
Probably at least 25. I think episodes. That went on the
No,
streak.
well, we had the episode 199 was the 199 movies
But-
in the AMC one.
But that was referencing other ones. It's only a song. It
Time
wasn't-
to play that too.
you
I
know.
think.
But I feel it was a legitimate thing, and I tried. And I'm sorry to Slay Goth. Sorry to Jeremy McFarlane. Sorry to my fan.
Yeah.
Sorry to Drive Jacket Becky.
Yeah. No, it's Grease Jacket Beck.
Grease Jacket Becky.
No, Beck.
Beck.
Bullshit artist.
So I didn't do anything. So I'm stuck at my house, not watching the movie. Have no friends.
So what did you do then?
I fucking strapped on.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
Hey, this is Martin.
This is Jeremy.
We're from Atomic Age Media. Every other Monday, we come at you with a comic book.
What?
What? A movie.
Oh my God!
And we also discuss music.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Too much to handle. And every Wednesday we do Wednesday One Shot?
A Wednesday One Shot,
Where we cover one new release movie?
or whatever the fuck we want to.
Oh, this is too great to be fucking real.
So we have episodes every week, and we also have a full-length episode every other Monday.
Dude.
You can find us on Stitcher and iTunes.
And you can find us on Facebook and Twitter. Atomic Age Media.
I will be Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
Like comics.
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
I'm Kevin,
And I'm Rick.
and we're your hosts of the Radio Violenta podcast. Join us as we drink and stumble our way through Italian occult cinema.
Follow us on Facebook.
And subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher Radio.
You greasy bastard.
Bullshit.
All right. We are going to talk about the Greasy Strangler. Before I start getting into the details here, let me first set this up by saying last time Jay was in studio, he said, if you guys review the Greasy Strangler, I want to come on and review it with you guys.
All right. And that's
And-
what's happening.
Yep. So we stuck with it because, when Jay wants to come on the show, Jay comes on the show.
I just want to let you all know this whole time that was in the back of my head, I thought we were going to watch Oily Maniac.
That's the sequel.
It's not. It's not the sequel to this.
Riku wants to know the title of this track. Do you want to tell him, Dynamo?
Well,
Do you remember?
No, I do. It's called Mystery Man a Go-Go, which I'm not in love with the name of that because it used to be called Rudo Resurrection, but I'm not sure that we call
No.
it.
It used to be Silver Bullet Moon.
Well, no, but then it got changed to be.
This was never. Was this?
Yeah, it was. It was the song that I wrote for.
Oh,
it was going to be for
okay. Gotcha.
for the next commercial.
Gotcha.
Something's not right in this dark night. The Ultra Mantis has bring the world to his knees.
I don't know why I don't remember that very well.
Mystery. We played it a few
I
times.
should.
Mystery Man, go, 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 go.
Okay.
But I'll probably still call it. I'll probably keep the Mystery Man a Go Go lyrics and call it Silver Bullet Moon.
All right, there you go.
Why don't you call it the Ballad of Ricky Prickles?
I don't know, maybe. I'm a professional sprinter. But we had a very good conversation after the show, and we decided that we talked, we all, with all the new Deadites and everybody, we kind of talked about what we wanted to do, and I think Get back to recording some more.
Jay just sent us another picture.
Oh, please.
This is
please.
amazing, Jay.
I have to have that hat.
Jay, is it a knit cap? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Jay's wearing a Greasy Strangler knit cap and not much else.
He's got a necklace, a beard, and a hat. That's pretty much it.
No, it's not a necklace. Those are headphones.
Yeah.
Okay. I see it.
Yeah.
You might have mistook his beard for a necklace.
Yeah.
That's
It's
possible.
beardless.
It looked like your beard was the Merkin double in this film.
That's right. The perfect budget was in this movie.
Yeah.
Dynamo Riku says Silver Bullet Moon is a way better name in my opinion.
Well, I guess I didn't name the game either, so I don't know what you say. Hey, I was just trying to get my shit out there, trying to glob onto something that looked like it was going good. But there's actually another song called Silver Bullet Moon that I can't remember if I actually say Silver Bullet Moon in it. Yeah, I do, actually, so maybe.
Raven Shadow, Grease Jacket Beck is hanging out in the chat room. He's not on mic right now.
Well, Bambaleo, I am now.
You're stuck? And first time Michael's mad at you. He says, "Oh, why, Raven Shadow? Why? Oh, my lord."
Why what?
The movie.
It wasn't my fault. Dynamo, tell him.
No. We've gone over it.
It's kind of my fault.
We've gone over. Well, if you could have made it Monday, Raven Shadow, you know.
Well, it's true, but there's
no
certain
offense.
things. No offense, no shame in the game. How you doing, Beck?
And Drive Jacket Mark says, recently I've been listening to older shows. Raven Shadow used to be treated with respect when he was just a guest on the show. What happened?
A lot of things happen.
Yeah.
A lot of jealousy.
Jealousy.
A lot of resentment.
Whatever,
That's fucking sexy. I want that. That's an 8x10 right there.
Whatever, Jody.
He's talking about your picture, Jay.
Yeah.
I know what he's talking
We're
about.
still staring at it.
Did anybody else feel like the quasi character in this film, Jody, was like if John Carpenter and Michael Ravenshadow had a baby?
John Carpenter and Michael Ravenshadow?
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
It's sexy, right?
I'm Jody. You will cease all activity in this case.
That's Raven Shadow. That's the 8x10 that's going out in the special giveaways.
Oh yeah, just send me that.
Yeah.
You're my I am right.
No, that's that's special. That's what when I come to Rock and Shock some year, I'll sign those at the table.
Yeah. I got some laminate.
Oh, no.
Can we put this on in the background?
There's plenty of white space there with my chest.
Oh, that's fucking whiter than Christmas. There, I'll tell you that much.
Jesus.
Nice.
All right, let's get into this movie. So, The Greasy Strangler from...
Wait, it's Spectrovision?
Yeah.
Speaking of hotel rooms,
just
they
sit
used
back.
to have some nudity
No,
in
no,
those.
no. That was Elijah Wood's production company.
It also was the porn channel in hotel rooms.
That's like not to get too diverted already, but when I was in Toronto, I can't remember what movie I saw, but there was Orion is back.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was the weirdest thing. It was I think it was the Belko Experiment, the James Gunn produced movie.
Oh, yeah.
Produced it. He didn't direct it, but it was like the movie on, and there's an Orion logo, and it's like apparently Orion is back. Orion Pictures. I was
Wow,
like,
who the
what?
hell knew?
Nice.
Yeah.
Restaurant Orion.
Anyway,
Vestron
Vestron is back. Orion's back.
It's crazy.
Anyway.
So, The Greasy Strangler from 2016. This flick is unrated, 93 minutes long, and is a comedy horror thriller. And Raven Shadow is watching it for the first time in studio.
I don't think thriller is appropriate.
Yeah.
Or horror, for that matter. This is
there's some elements of horror, I think.
Elements of horror, but this movie is far from anything being remotely scary or suspenseful. This is a flat-out comedy.
Well, I don't know that like I think that's a very broad definition of horror that has to be scary or suspenseful, right?
Yeah.
Dog Soldiers was a horror film, and that wasn't
it was.
necessarily scary.
No, but it was most definitely a horror film in comparison to this. Come on.
Had a Greasy Strangler, man.
Yeah.
It was directed by Jim Hosking and written by Toby Harvard and Jim Hosking. And it stars Michael St. Michaels, Sky Elabar, Elizabeth DeRazzo, Gil Gex, and Holland McFallister. Ooh. And the synopsis: Big Ronnie runs a disco walking tour with his son, Big Braden. When a sexy woman takes the tour, it begins a competition between father and son for her love. It also signals the arrival of an oily strangler who stalks the streets at night. Wait, he just said it.
There's no words, but I knew he said that.
I'm not the Greasy Strangler.
But you're a bullshit artist.
Yeah, I kind of am.
All right, so this fucking flick, man. Actually, before we jump into this, Jay, what prompted you to want to review this with us?
Well, boy, that's a good question. No, I think this movie. I just when I was there in the summer, I had seen it because I was booking it for the festival, and I just I think we were just having a conversation about like movies and what's coming out, and I just remembered this film, and I said, well, this is kind of one of those movies to me that. I don't want to use the word brilliant, wrongly or anything, but it's one of those films that I thought, okay, this would be an interesting conversation, even if there's nothing really to say about this movie, because I loved it so much, and so I kind of thought you guys would like to see it. You might get a kick out of it, and then if I was available to be around, then I could be part of the conversation because. I want to be as big a champion for this movie as I can be, so I will talk it up and show it to everyone I can whenever I can. So, I guess that's sort of a stupid answer as to why. But,
no, definitely not. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
All right, so MZ, I gotta ask you, man. What did you fucking think of this flick?
All right, you know what? This is a cross between John Waters and Troma. Modern day. This is old-fashioned John Waters versus modern-day Troma.
This is much smarter than Troma.
But it does have its silly, goofy moments that Troma...
Raunchiness? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. But in terms of its lighthearted raunchiness, in terms of its dark, brooding raunchiness, its disgusting raunchiness, that's where the old John Waters comes in. The lead character, Big Ronnie, looks like looks like Lex Luger with he looks like Lex Luger with John Carpenter's hair.
That's pretty good.
Sting's a bullshit off.
Whoa!
We just saw.
Do we have the caps for this?
Yeah, can we put the caps on?
The what?
What? I don't know. What?
Caps.
The subtitles?
Yeah.
I don't know if there are any.
Fuck. The one movie that doesn't have subtitles.
This movie, and you know what? I'm gonna disagree with our fellow caller.
Our fellow caller? He's our fucking buddy.
Professor J. I'm gonna disagree with him and say that I will use the term brilliant.
Okay.
And damn near a fucking masterpiece with this flick. I haven't laughed this hard towards a movie in so goddamn long in terms of the dialogue being delivered, in terms of the personalities of the characters and their actions. The whole thing is just one. It's one big chili pot. You know, there's a whole bunch of shit in there, and every second,
Big Ronnie still has his pants down.
And
at the beginning.
every moment of this movie does something to incur a laugh on me, and it's just absolutely ridiculous. Everything about this movie, I swear, it's like they made it up as they went along.
I swear they made it just for you.
Hey, you know what? They just might have. And if they did, I truly appreciate it.
And I would say, too, I mean, I think, when I was saying about a masterpiece or brilliant or anything like that, I think, all I'm saying is I'm always leery to call something a masterpiece because I think sometimes we throw it around. But I think that was the beauty of this particular movie to me is I was sort of like, a movie like this shouldn't, nobody should be even using the word masterpiece or brilliant when you think of it on the surface, right?
Right.
But then it's like you just can't help but coming back to it and going, there's something about this movie that works so well. That works so, and again, I don't know if it's the right word or not, and I always like to be careful. It works in a sort of a genius territory, even though it seems like they might just be making all this shit up on the spot as they go.
That's what it seems like.
So how is that genius? But at the end of the day, I mean, I think, it might be, this is what I would say. I mean, it's easily this year I don't make top 10 lists, but it's easily one of my favorite films of the year without question.
This movie is. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, and I was going to say it might be something that's just like in the nature of just trying to make, I think what you articulated fairly well, just trying to make a kind of gross out, goofy, absurdist, and the other thing I love about this film too is it's anti-humor at its sort of its best. I mean, to me, it's just the bullshit artist joke alone, where they keep calling each other a bullshit artist over and over and over again, where it sort of ceases to be funny, but then it actually starts to become funny again because they just keep going.
Right.
To the point where you can't help but find it hilarious. Is kind of genius in a weird way. So, I don't know how to categorize it in terms of genius or masterpiece or brilliant, but I think it definitely is in a category of something unique and special that I don't think we get very often. So
another word that I like to use on this movie is a film that is a word that very rarely gets used, and rightfully so, and that is that this movie is very, very brave. It is not hiding anything. It's not afraid to show it in front of the camera and say it in front of the camera numerous times. It's right in your face, and there's no censorship. There's no optical blocking or anything like that to try to make it seem dirty. But then you try to throw something in the middle of the screen in order to block out the view of whatever it is that we're supposed to see. No, these filmmakers show it to you right in your face, and it's extraordinarily brave. I don't know where any of these actors come from. I look at their IMDb's, and they are actors, but it's like, Jesus, where before I looked it up, I'm like, where the hell do these people go home at night? It's so it's so off the beaten path and so brave. You can't help but just admire it for that alone. Even if you don't like the material, you got to admire it for its bravery. And just adding that on top of the fact that this movie is just so goddamn funny. This movie is almost a miracle when you think about it.
Miracle.
Yeah.
As a counterpoint, let me just say, when I finished this movie, and let me just say, I had a very rough week. Personally, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I just was not in a very good headspace when I watched this, and I was also exhausted. But when I finished this movie, I hated it. And the more I think about it, the more I fucking like it. It's so weird. I have never watched a movie, not liked it, and then within 24 hours, like, almost changed my mind about it. Like, it's so fucking weird. I haven't had a chance to go back and watch it again, but now that we're watching it, it's one of those movies, and I hate to, I don't want to relate this to another film because it's wholly unique, and I don't want people to, to think that it's like another film. But it gave me a similar feeling to how I felt when I first watched Napoleon Dynamite. That movie is kind of strange for strange sake at times,
How about I Am a Knife with Legs?
Yeah.
Well, that one very bizarre.
That one I liked right off the bat.
Like,
I don't know. There was something that just grabbed me. Raven Shadow is watching this for the first time and saw the guy get his head slammed through the vending machine. But the more I think about this, and even just when we were talking about it, and we kept doing the bullshit artist joke, I just fucking laughed my ass off. And I honestly am not sure what I'm going to rate it as of right now, because I've done almost a 180 on this since I watched it, and I can't even remember ever saying that about a movie. Mars, I'm super curious about what you think.
Well, I would say too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go first.
Go ahead, Jake.
Well, I was just going to say that I think one of the things that this film benefits from greatly, which I have noticed myself, is it benefits greatly from seeing it with a group of people, like a lot of good comedies do, obviously. When you have people responding to the stuff that's happening on the screen, whether they're grossed out or whether they're laughing at, what the violence or the nudity or whatever, that adds to an experience that I think this film gets exponentially better when it has an audience to sort of play off of.
Yeah, I could see that.
And so I can definitely see where, and I think that's one of the reasons why I sort of am curious how people will respond to it by just watching it in their houses by themselves. Is like, it's like, what am I watching here? But I think when you're watching a film and people are like responding to just like a guy dipping a hot dog in a big vat of grease.
Yeah.
That is a hilarious moment, not necessarily because it's hilarious, but because, everyone is sort of getting grossed out by it while they're watching it. And so that might help too, So with Wolfie, when you're talking about, sorry about that. I do that all the time. When you were talking about how just, people saying bullshit artists to each other and stuff like that, it adds something to a camaraderie of like you are all experiencing something together. So
I totally agree. I think that if I had seen this in a theater with a crowd, I probably would have been completely engaged and laughing my ass off the entire time.
Yeah, this is definitely a party movie.
Oh my God. That's not even erect.
Raven Shaw's looking at Big Ronnie.
Oh my God, it's more than a clever name, dude. That's fucking, if that was at full power, you better stand back.
There's a hurricane coming through.
Yeah. Could fucking bust through schools, that fucking thing.
Hey, what are you doing, Mars?
Sorry, I'm trying to kill myself.
Why?
Well, what's your opinion?
Raven Shadow talking about cocks is not how I wanted to spend the rest of my day.
So in the chat room, real quick, Drive Jack and Mark says, my brother said it was Napoleon Dynamite, Punch Drunk Love, but with some horror tossed in. Creepy Girl says, I'm so glad I sent in my voicemail before I heard you, Johnny. We are on the same wavelength on this. And Kex says, just watch the trailer. Wow.
Wait till you see the movie.
Yeah, you don't even know, Kex.
All right, Mars, go ahead.
This, I will agree with my esteemed pajama-clad colleague on one element. I do think that this is a big chili pot. I think is an accurate thing, and I'll tell you why. They're
going to put that on the fucking box.
This
MZ says it's like a chili pot.
This reminded me of a lot of things. This reminded me of the aforementioned Napoleon Dynamite, which I love. The aforementioned early John Waters, which I despise. It reminded me of some of the, I hate to steal his word, like braveness of Astron 6, which for me is trauma for people who aren't fucking morons. It reminded me of some weird, some of the tracking shots and some of the pacing and the synchronicity of movement reminded me of Wes Anderson in parts.
I can see that, yeah.
Where, a lot of those things are things I adore. But like chili, which I tend to stay away from chili sometime because it's like a
you don't like the spice.
A forbidden fruit for me in a way, because most chilies I like, and then some chili just isn't for me. Maybe it's too spicy or too salty or whatever else. And I think that this movie, despite the fact that it had some chunks in it that I was in hysterics, legit hysterics, right?
Yeah.
I would say that there were as many times as I was like, is this still on? Like, this just didn't work for me. And I think after kind of rushing it around in my kind of rolling around on my tongue a little bit, I think the kind of tagline that I would put on it why it didn't work for me is that I kind of feel like there were times when it tried too hard. When I watch Father's Day, I feel like there's like a aloof honesty to it. Napoleon Dynamite, I feel like there's an aloof honesty to it. And I think though it is the smallest ingredient in that I mentioned, like I think the early John Waters trying too hard came across most for me. And I think that while I agree with Jay, who's probably as a man who has an eye for film, there are a few peers, in my opinion. I think that the anti-humor thing here works in some cases, like Bullshit Artist, for instance. You used the perfect example.
Yeah.
But then there is like the repetitive car wash scene.
And the repetitive
you know what I mean?
shots of the house.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and that sort of stuff just, gave me left me with not too much to hang my hat on. And then there was like, I understand that it's silly, but I feel like it also used its silliness to take some like unwarranted character turns a few times, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it. And like, have some people like do things and switch places and change a few times that like I felt like didn't make maybe, made it more, I don't know how to word it. I don't want to say jarring because there was nothing in this film. Like it was almost like the opposite of that. Like I feel like everything happened in this. Forget about the redundance and the jokes. I feel like there was a few beats in this movie that happened one too many times. Like, I think this film could have been a masterpiece if the girl switched boyfriends one less time. if and forget about the whole fucking last 15 minutes of the movie.
I'd say it's probably the last 10, but
yeah. You know what I mean? Like I feel like it is the definition of unwarranted, or not unwarranted, like unneeded. Like it could have just ended in the, like with the dinner scene. What I will say is that if somebody asked me to make a list of my favorite characters of the year, in the favorite times I fucking laughed at a gag, the whole scene with Jody, the police detective Jody, is maybe the most brilliant thing this year committed to film. Like much funnier than anything else in the movie as far as a gag goes, because like I feel like a lot of the gags in this movie don't work at all. But that fucking Jody thing in that terrible disguise and how he just crawled up from behind the fence, and how his voice was just him talking really slow.
Yeah.
Because he had those like fake teeth in. Too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and he had the fake press-on dragon nails.
Yeah.
And it's like, and there was like one brilliant beat in there where you think he's like caught, where he says, "I'm Jody."
Please end all inquiries.
Yeah,
doesn't even bother to change his voice.
Yeah,
at
he goes,
all,
"I am Jody," and he goes, "Oh, come in."
Thank you, Officer Jody.
I was rolling. But like, yeah, I think that this movie tried too hard. I think is that's what I'm trying to say a lot of times. Like, there was some stuff that worked and some lines that worked, but like I feel kind of the same way. I watched Raw Force the other day, and that had some shit in it that I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that happened. It was so funny. But I want to watch it again. There was another. I'm at a loss now for the name of it. Something Fire. Exploitation film I watched recently. Like it had a lot of jokes that I still make with some of my internet friends and stuff like that. But I don't need to watch that movie again, at least not anytime soon. And that's kind of how I feel about this. Like I think the Bullshit Artist joke will be funny, and some of the other stuff, like I'll get the joke. But I don't think that like. I think the joke is maybe funnier than the movie. So that's all right. Tried too hard, I think, is my T-shirt that I'll wear for this.
So there's a few people asking about this movie and where they can find it. It is available on video on demand, so you can catch it on Amazon, iTunes, and anywhere you can get VOD, really.
Yeah.
So,
I think it starts to come out in theaters next week, or this week, one of the two.
Oh, interesting. That's cool.
Yeah, it'll be floating around probably the normal places that play like the kind of the offbeat stuff, or probably like the Brattle or something. Or
Oh yeah, for sure.
In the Boston area.
And we have Tim from Korea is now hanging out.
Hey.
And Tim says, "No, Janet, not your ass."
I could feast on that queen's ass all night.
And Ric Flair, woo, he says, "Hey guys, late to get in chat, but listening with the boys and drinking margaritas."
There you go.
All right. Ric Flair, who are the boys? Are the boys in the locker room? Arn, Telly,
Oli,
Mongo,
Mongo, Benoit. Oh, not Benoit.
Paul
tell you
Roma.
what, the Horsemen had some foxy kids.
It's true.
Yeah.
Tim from Korea asks, Mars, do you remember Dan Clow's 8-Ball? This is a
Yep.
live-action 8-Ball.
Really?
No, not that 8-ball, Tony. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds
It
me of
definitely has a little bit his humor, I would think, maybe.
I forget the artist's name, but it reminds me a little more of a comic called Hate.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, but I could see, like, aesthetically, I think that it, I could see the Klaus influence.
And Gail from the Scream Sisters is hanging out. She says, "Hey guys,
Hey, lady.
Hey.
we saw Gail a little bit this past weekend.
It was awesome.
Yeah." And Raven Shadow, now that you're hearing us talk about this and watching some of this movie here, you've seen the first 20 or so minutes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
It's fucking. I can't wait to watch it.
See?
And Tim from Korea, he asked me earlier, this isn't a message not in the chat room. He says, "You've got to put a survey out there tonight among the crew and the live chat. Who's the biggest bullshit artist?"
Raven Shadow.
And he says, "I nominate Raven Shadow for coming up with opinions on the spot for a movie he never watched."
Yeah.
You don't gotta watch the movies.
Yeah, you kind of do.
No.
I mean,
But you've only watched 20 minutes of this without any dialogue.
Yeah.
And already you've made the opinion that you need to see it.
Yeah, but I mean, if I had just seen this and passed out, I could have worked something with this.
I
Passed out.
I wonder if I'm broken because, like, this is a movie that a lot of people I know enjoyed. A lot of people I respect enjoyed.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it. But I watched right after a film that, like, everyone that I know that's seen it universally hated. And I really enjoyed it. So maybe I'm just broken.
Well, you like what
Well,
you like.
ju-
you know?
yeah, you just have certain opinions, just like everyone else does, man. I don't think you're broken. There's many times where we agree. You know.
I think he's broken.
Can we exchange him for a new one?
I mean, if you gave me the laundry list of shit that I said that this reminded me of without me seeing it, I would have penciled it in to, like, in my top 13 already. You know what I mean? I would have said I can't imagine that that's not going to have a place in my top 13 when I see it. And I had no hype about this going in. You know, like, I didn't know too much about it. I didn't see anything the first, like, you know, so when it opened, you know, all I knew about is when we left a recording we did the other day, Wolfie was saying it's a very strange movie. So I had that coming in, but, like, you know, like,
I had no idea.
no expectations, like, you know, I don't know. And I won't say that, like, I am elated that this film exists. I am glad that this film I'm glad we have a climate right now that this film is on video on demand without it being, like, without it being Tusk. You know what I mean? Without it being the passion project of somebody who already has, like, a name. You know what I mean? Like, I am glad that it went all out and it's ugly. But I don't know. There's just something about it that didn't work for me. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
And shit happens.
Whoa, that's fun.
Jesus, Raven Shadow.
What?
No, but I think that's the thing with this movie too. I mean, I think you know, this is a movie that I think it doesn't work for everybody. And, you know, there are parts that you'll find funny, and then parts, I mean, again, the last, like you said, 6 or 8 or 10 minutes, however long that ending is it loses a little steam, it loses a little something, but it still has enough even in those moments for me where I could sort of say, well, like, okay, so it ended kind of in a weird way. That the friggin' John Travolta story though he tells on the beach is fucking brilliant though, So it's like, and I don't know if you remember at the end of the movie there when he sort of talks about
when the movie should have ended that time.
What's that?
When the movie should have ended.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. And so part of me is like, it does all of these kind of other different things where, everybody's going to latch on to kind of the things that they like, and then there'll be other things that you don't like. And again, it is kind of this hodgepodge of things. But I really do think that as a whole, and again, it works very well. And I think that especially the anti-humor to me, and it's not just the bullshit artist thing. It is the repetition. That car wash recurring gag to me is genius. And what's really genius about it too is not to get too much into spoiler territory, but it comes back again towards the very end in a different way, which to me is brilliant. It's it's like it plays that gag so much where you're like, oh, it's the car wash gag again. But then the next time you see it, it's a completely different person getting a car wash. And that's pretty funny, I think, or at least pretty interesting, or pretty, and especially the way they do it too, right? When they're holding hands.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's why I sort of say, like, I feel like, a lot of it could be just how the time somebody watched it, what their mood was like Wolfie was talking about, they're having a long week and they're tired and they're just trying to make sense of a movie, right? And you're tired and you're like, what the fuck am I watching right now? I had a friend of mine, I'll tell you, I'll read this to you because I just thought I had already seen the film like 3 or 4 times. And this was his review of the movie. He says, it's a friend of mine, Adam Fraser, writes film articles. He said, the Greasy Strangler is like John Waters, Tim and Eric, and David Lynch gangbanged a community theater production of Grey Gardens.
Wow.
And I kind of said, yeah, that's pretty accurate. I think that is exactly, because if you think about the whole relationship between the son and the father, it's like a fucked up Grey Gardens, this movie. Not that Grey Gardens isn't fucked up in its own right, but so kudos to Adam Fraser for that.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, for that sort of tweet and that was after the screening we had at the film festival. He tweeted that and he said, I'll never be the same again after seeing that movie.
Oh wow. It's so amazing. Like the director of this film, he just created a world all his own. Everybody is in on the joke. Everybody lives in this bubble of just depravity and bizarre attitudes and personalities, and it's just amazing. There's not one straight person in this movie at all. They're all in their own little world, and it's all encompassing, and it's a beautiful flick. I can't stop watching it. Oh shit!
Just for the live folks, our good buddy Raven J just sent us a drawing that he did.
Oh shit, that's quick.
Yeah, it's real quick.
Look at the shading he's got going on too.
I know, it's Lex Luger with John Carpenter's hair.
Wow, I thought that was like from the internet.
No, and it says Sting is full of shit. Sting is a bullshit artist.
Wow.
Oh, this is amazing.
That's fucking good, man.
Raven J, I think you've outdone yourself, man. This is a fucking great one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sting is you bullshit artist.
And how about that amazing
I love it.
synth score, huh?
Oh no! I gotta say the Nano.
You know what? I love
that.
it.
Was the same thing. It was so repetitive. It was grating on me. But it was.
I wanted to fucking kick my TV over at one point.
Yeah,
it was repetitive, but I didn't mind it because I knew that I would just forget about that and just enjoy what's going on the screen, and what's being said. The music, I mean, as good as I thought it was, is just an afterthought. It was like Tiny 101.
It reminded me of I can't remember. There's one.
Oh, the grease on the popcorn.
I've totally fucking forgot what movie now, but there's a certain. Fuck. There's something I was watching the other day that I like. Maybe it was Napoleon Dynamite that had like a really like repetitive theme, and like that's kind of how I felt to this, but like that theme was charming, and I felt like this theme was just irritating.
Now, I can understand why it would be irritating. I get it. I just happen to like it. There was just absolutely nothing wrong with this movie. This movie is so close to being a masterpiece. Criterion should put this shit out.
So Tim from Korea points out something interesting, and I actually saw this and I forgot. He says, by the way, the father's first film, so Big Ronnie's first film,
he was
a part in the Video Dead.
Video Dead, right?
Yeah.
Chris
McGibbon
McGibbon's
would be all over
favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks again, Chris McGibbon. You know what I mean. For the kiss and the pillowcase.
And we have someone named Shave Twat in the chat room.
Yes.
Oh, no,
says,
sir.
Hey, guys, first time in.
Hey.
Jeez.
Welcome.
Hey, ST.
ST, yeah, that's better. Thank you.
STF.
Yeah.
And first time Michael says, Raven J, that is awesome about the drawing. Ric Flair, woo! Says, I watched The Greasy 2 nights ago, and it was like Punch Drunk Love, Napoleon Dynamite, and Dumb and Dumber with a maniac. All right.
Could be, yeah.
Melissa, Creepy Girl says, hated the music, reminded me of a carnival.
But see, here's the thing. I like that. There's a band I love called Stepdad.
Yeah.
And a lot of their music has like kind of a carnival feel to it, like that kind of open up organ. Like, again, if you had said that to me, if like you said I hated this or I love this because it sounded like a carnival, it's another element of it that generally I would have loved.
And I think what they did was, I think all of this was kind of goes back to that bullshit artist joke. They really tried to just be repetitive, and then it gets to the point where it's not funny, and then it's fucking hilarious. And I think they tried to do that with a lot of things in this.
Yeah.
Especially the shots of the house, the front of the house, the car wash scene, things like that. And I think the music too was just another one like that.
I think the very obvious Pink Flamingos era John Walters influence was just over. Like, I just hate that shit. And like the disco mama chant and stuff like that, like all that sort of stuff, like
hoity-toity disco.
Yeah.
cutie or something like-
Hootie-tootie disco
Hootie-
cutie.
that's it,
Come
yeah.
yeah, like that like all that sort of shit. Like, I was just like,
I laughed my ass off so hard the first time I saw that.
Yeah, right.
I laughed so fucking hard. And I might have got a little hard. Because I think they were naked when they were doing it.
Well, they're naked doing a lot of things
Yeah.
in this movie. Like we just saw Big Ronnie making olive oil in his bedroom,
Yeah.
balls ass naked.
I do love that they decided to go, since there's so much like frontal nudity, that they went ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
Like I think that was the right way to do
that's
it.
those are some good cock prosthetics in this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this fucking scene.
Oh, those aren't real?
He's
More
born-
realistic
What?
than the one in Boogie Nights.
Those aren't
Are
real?
you serious? You think someone has like a 1 foot cock when they're not erect?
Sheathed?
People do. I know some people.
Oh, really?
Really?
We'll talk about it. That sucks. I thought it was real.
Looks like a dead chicken.
Yeah, it does.
Oh.
That looked real to you?
Well, I don't know. It's far away. I got bad eyes.
To me, it's like a rubber chicken. It's like the ultimate in like bad, corny jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big rubber chicken dick.
Yeah.
No. Well, were her boobs real?
Yes.
Yes, those were real. And her ass.
Janet, not your ass.
Ric Flair Woo says this movie was a funny trick, a golden turkey.
Funny trick.
This is where he fucking like hooks up with her.
Yeah. In the bathroom.
Like, where Big Ronnie hooks up with Janet. He fucking he goes into the bathroom and like is just watching her pee. It's so weird.
Peeing's private.
It's a weird movie.
Dude, you haven't even heard the dialogue.
Yeah.
I really expected her, because of the Waters influence, I think, like, until she got more naked, I thought she was going to be a dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be surprising. I mean, I can
Well, this
understand where
movie,
you're
yeah.
going with that. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone have anything else before we head
Jesus
to?
oh,
Christ.
jeez.
See, you think that's real?
Well, I mean, I'm not.
By the way, I have to say that Michael St. Michael's The guy who plays Big Ronnie, I thought he was fucking amazing in this. Even when I didn't like it, I thought he was fucking incredible.
Yeah. Mix, fry, drink.
Yeah. Jay, we're watching the scene where he's brushing his teeth and watching Janet pee.
Yeah.
Wow.
Fucking
wow.
I'm falling hard for you, Monster Zero, and I'm shit scared.
I think my favorite line in the movie, though, was when Janet asked Big Ronnie if he was the Tarzan of Cum Jungle.
I'm the Spider-Man of wad shots.
That ain't web fluid, kids.
Oh, God. And look at what Braden's wearing. All mustard colors, man. Jesus.
Big Braden.
Jesus, that's rough.
This, Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say he's definitely not Big Braden.
No, that's definitely sure. That's definitely true.
I'm not surprised that you like this because this is like your fantasy world.
This is the kind of world I would love to live
You're
in.
like a 10+ in this world.
Yeah. If I could get myself out of this world and go into that world, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
You'd be on the cover of Us magazine in this world.
I would be.
So Kex is signing off. He says, "Damn, gotta sign off now. Have a wonderful night, everyone. So awesome meeting you guys. I'll see the Deadites in December."
Sweet. Nice. See you then, man.
Thanks, buddy.
And Slagoth says, "Sleep well, you savage," to Kex. Riku.
Oh, there you go.
Riku, you did get your voicemail on time. We'll make sure to play that. And Drive Jack and Mark says, "That's my life. The scene where the father hooks up with the girlfriend."
Am I the only one that whenever you see the Greasy Strangler show up, he kind of looks like Brundlefly?
Yeah, no,
I could see that. I didn't think of it, but
that's all when I saw him, I'm like, what's Seth Brundle doing in this? But all I see is Brundlefly.
Ric Flair Woo says the best scene was Big Ronnie dunking his dog and his dad in the street with the spotlight. Oh my God!
But sir, hot dog vendor, but sir.
That's the scene I was trying to think of, the disco dance, like the Billie Jean like scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's like a gag that just didn't work for me.
Oh, that fucking was genius. Oh, that was so good.
I loved it.
Oh, that was so good. That makes me a little sad you didn't like that.
Jethro Nomicon says the Deadites weave a powerful image of this movie.
If the Deadites saw this would be fucking, they'd be jumping off the table at Johnny Wolfenstein. Those guys have no sense of humor about anything anymore.
Oh, believe me, I'm watching this movie. I'm watching this movie, and my special lady friend, she is like
flipping out,
freaking the fuck out. She's like literally pissed off at me that I'm watching this.
That's why you're going shopping.
It's
yeah, right.
That's why I
was just flapping in the breeze.
I am thoroughly entertained by the car wash scene so far.
You've only seen it twice, I think.
How many times in this movie, Monster Zero, did you beat your meat?
1.5.
Including now?
No, not including now.
1.5.
1.5. All right, it is verdict time.
Oh.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. I think we know, but let's kick it off with Jay.
Oh, boy. Let me see. Yeah, treat. Treat. I loved it. I thought it was great. I think it's hilarious. I think, I don't know what else to say. It's fucking hilarious.
That's all you got to say.
That's all I got to say.
Marsman.
Yeah.
I am going to say that this is a.
He's tricking it.
It's in between barely a trick and a tepid treat. Like, I feel like this is new territory, and I'll tell you why. Like, I am not very apologetic over the fact that I didn't like it, but I'm really glad that it exists, and I feel like somebody should, like, that people should should see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like this is a counterpoint to, you know, if you're saying that nothing is different in horror and everything is the same, like, you know, I would say with the exception of like some gags lifted from Blood Diner, this was pretty original.
Oh yeah.
And definitely worth it. In fact, I feel like a lot of the gore gags were kind of two big ones were kind of lifted from Blood Diner. But you know, I'm going to say that this is I'm going to say that this is a tepid treat, I guess.
All right, MZ.
I can't stop laughing at this movie. Oh my god, this movie is brilliant. It's sheer genius, and it is a near masterpiece of humor and cinema. Everything about this movie clicked as far as I'm concerned. The repetitiveness of the car wash, I found absolutely nothing wrong with. I mean, we saw.
So even when you were watching it the first time,
yeah,
you
no, because I got the joke. I got the joke. I mean, look, they used that same kind of repetitiveness in Requiem for a Dream. You know, and that was
that wasn't for comedy's sake.
No, it doesn't have to be for comedy's sake.
That's the most depressing movie I've ever seen.
No, I know, but it wasn't. It doesn't matter whether it's used for comedy or used for
yeah, but this
serious.
was
Yes, this was,
very
and it was
specifically used
right,
for comedy.
and that's why it worked because, and I guess in any aspect it would work, but that's why it worked here because it's so goddamn off the wall, so off the rails, so outside of the box that it can do that and get away with it, and you would get the joke. I got the joke, and it sounds like Professor J got the joke as well. This is one of the best movies of the year, hands down. Hands fucking down. This is one of the best movies of the year. I haven't laughed this hard at a movie in a long time. Very funny. Huge, huge treat.
All right. Creepy Girl says, my daughter walked in on the scene where he was sticking his finger in her butt and said, what if I fart? She was like, Mom, what the heck are you watching? And she's 29. Jethro asks, is it too late to build a Greasy Strangler costume for Halloween? No way. It's not too late.
No, I might do it for the
Halloween show.
For the December show.
I'm working on my Big Ronnie costume.
Nice. Tim from Australia is now hanging out. What's up, Tim?
Hey.
And Ric Flair, woo, says, I am with Mars. It was a good trick. Raven J says, just say you like it, Dynamo. Creepy Girl says, wow, I thought I was the only one torn. I feel like I'm in sync with Johnny and Dynamo. Oh. And Tim from Australia, Rock and Shock highlights will be coming up after this review. And First Time Michael says, is this street trash level, MZ?
No, this is beyond street trash. Wow. This is in terms of gross out effects.
Is that like beyond Reanimator?
Yeah.
Beyond outrage.
Beyond the Black Rainbow.
That's where I was. The last 10 minutes was beyond outrage.
Look, if they got you sucked in for an hour and 20 minutes, the last 10 minutes aren't going to kill you. Especially when you realize how thin the plot is, you know, and that the whole movie is just based on just ridiculous humor.
So Ric Flair Wu says there was too many scenes that overstayed their welcome.
Agreed.
Like Potato.
Oh, man, that fucking made me really mad. That made me really fucking mad.
You should go counseling if that really made you mad.
No, because I don't know. Like, they're
getting your car towed should get you really mad.
No, like, I don't know.
Rachel, you should wear that outfit.
I thought it was just a dumb kind of, I don't know, like
Drive Jacket Mark says
racist joke, like not funny, like not like one note joke that went on for like a long time. Like,
You know what? That might be the one thing that I would probably change.
Here's
now that you bring it up.
The spotlight dance, Jay. We're watching.
Holy shit.
Drive Jack and Mark says we can compare this movie to Requiem. Only MZ would do that.
Goddamn right.
Tim from Australia says seems like I would throw up if I watched it. Nothing except early John Waters has done that.
This is like a James Bond intro.
Too bad James Bond doesn't come out like this.
You know what's funny? Food stuff usually is the thing that makes me gag. Like that's what like fucking with food, like that stuff.
Like feed.
But this didn't get to me like that. Like that didn't like I the first couple times I was afraid I was gonna be like disgusted, but it was so over the top, like it didn't really bother me.
Ric Flair Wu says if you make a big Ronnie costume, you may go to jail forever for exposing your junk. And first time Michael says, "Wow, high praise indeed, MZ."
He'd be like, if he went out naked for real, he'd look like Big Braden. Though.
And then Ric Flair Wu says, "Potato was funny until it became crying mad."
Yeah.
All right, so
and even when it was funny, it was still just kind of.
But again, I would say with that joke in particular, that's why you can see the guy in the background. He's getting like upset. The curly haired guy with the glasses. Like that's what's so funny about that scene is the one guy keeps asking him, the other guy keeps repeating it the exact same way, and the third guy is like, he's clearly saying potato, and he's getting upset, and then he finally leans in and he says, "I think he's saying potato." Like that shit's funny. And then the guy like starts laughing about it. Oh, right, potato chips. Like I'm sorry, that shit made me laugh. I mean, you know.
So
anyway.
So for me, as I stated, when I watched this movie, when it ended, I kind of hated it. Like I was like, this fucking movie was so fucking bizarre and so weird. And it gave me glimpses, like you guys talk about brilliance, and I got glimpses of scenes that made me laugh, but it was I think too off the wall for me in that viewing. But after seeing it, I keep thinking back, and I kept, even before we got together, I kept saying, you're a bullshit artist, you know. Like I kept thinking about that over and over in my head, thinking about the jokes, thinking about a lot of the things that happened in the movie, and it just became, in my head, it became funny, you know. And I've never experienced a film like that when I would go so far as to say that I hated this movie. And then after the fact, I kept coming around on it, and then when we were talking about it just before the show went live, and we were laughing about all these funny lines, and I think that's the hallmark of a memorable film. Doesn't necessarily mean it's good, but there's so many memorable things, and I think we may incorporate some of those things into our like daily routine now because of how ridiculous they were, you know? So for me, I'm going to give this a rewatch. I want to definitely rewatch this, but for now, I'm going to call it, and I stole this from T-Dog. She gave me this one because Tepid Treat seems kind of, you know, unsure, but I'm going to call it a sugar-free treat. Because for some people, this is exactly what they need. But for me, I wanted something a little different. But what I got was still good, you know? And I'm thinking back to that piece of candy, and I'm like, actually, that piece of candy was pretty good. So that's what I'm going to say. So it looks like everyone gave it a treat. Varying degrees, you know, barely a treat to a brilliant film.
What I will say, though, is while I think a lot of people should see this, I'll never watch this again, probably.
No?
No.
To me, this has a high rewatchability factor, especially if you love really gross out, dumb comedy. And you know what? I mean, I was looking at IMDb, and Professor J, I'm sure, I don't know how long ago you saw this the first time around. They said that the original cut on this was 2 hours 15 minutes long.
Holy fucking!
They took out 45 minutes, and you know what? I would love to see that footage.
You have to understand that I hang out with you all the time, right?
They show
not all the time.
They show they show the car wash scene like 8 more times in the director's cut.
Yeah.
But I hang out with you a lot, right?
Right. Yeah.
So why do I want to watch a fucking movie of a city populated by you?
Well, what's wrong with that?
That's what I felt the whole time.
Oh, well.
It's like
all right.
And you had to give it some heavy thought as to whether or not you liked it or not. So, see, you still like me.
Like I feel like it's like Planet of the Apes with Morlocks. They finally did it.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up our review of The Greasy Strangler.
You greasy bastard.
Listen to our review. Some people are going to absolutely love this movie, and some people are going to hate this movie.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say what you're going to think of it.
It's hard to say that we even gave any spoilers because the plot, the plot is so thin.
It is, but there can be some spoilery type stuff that I didn't really want to touch on. But I would say, listen to our review, and if this sounds funny to you, go for it. If it sounds like some of the other films that we referenced, if that's not your bag, maybe wait until it comes out on one of the streaming services, I guess. But this is certainly an interesting film, and one of the most original ones we've seen in a while. Raven Shadow, you have your finger up?
I do. Fuck yourself. I'm teasing. I'm being outrageous. Let me say this though: watching this, without sound, in a room full of dudes and a dude on the phone, and no pants on, I'm laughing. I mean, you heard my responses; those are all genuine. Once again, I think having a setting like this, if you can watch with Monster Zero,
invite Monster Zero over.
If you donate to the Kickstarter, maybe he'll come over your house. So I'm going to give this a foreshadowing treat.
Okay, wow.
A Raven foreshadow treat?
Oh, that's why you're a lecturer.
It's a Raven foreskin treat.
Yeah.
I honestly, when Dynamo and I showed up for the show, we looked at each other and we're like, Raven Shadow would hate this, so it's probably better off that he didn't see it. I thought you would hate this.
No, I mean I'm once again I'm thoroughly entertained.
One too many fake penises for you.
That's not the worst part.
Look at Big Ronnie. Look what is he wearing?
It's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird.
Oh God, Big Ronnie. All right, well that's gonna do it for our review. Next week we are gonna review Phantasm Ravager.
Ooh.
I know MZ, you're very excited about this one, right?
I'm lactating.
I'm super excited.
Well, I was just gonna say, and I know Mars is very excited.
I didn't think MZ was a Phantasm fan.
I'm
not, but I'm always interested. I'm always looking forward to the films that we're going to review on here.
Yeah. Have you seen it yet, Jay?
Not me.
Ravager, no.
Okay. So
but I haven't seen. That's what, the fifth one?
Yes.
Right. I don't think I've seen anyone past the second one, so I'm not too inclined to go. I'd have to watch those. I'm that kind of a purist.
Right. The second one is the best by like.
Second one is great. Second one is like, I mean, one is great for what that is and what it was in the in the sort of the pantheon of horror, but two is just it just takes the whole mythology to an awesome level that just is so fucking weird that it's just which is hard to say with a Phantasm movie that it's weird.
Yeah.
It's action-packed. It's good. Anyway, so I haven't seen it, no.
So we're going to check that out, and we also have a guest will be joining us in studio. I think he's probably going to join us for the first part of the show, so we actually may move the movie review later, but we'll see how that all works out. But next week, we're going to be joined... we just saw him this past weekend, and we saw his awesome, fucking amazing son, Jasper. But we're going to be joined by Michael Neal in studio. Amazing filmmaker. And as good of a filmmaker as he is, he's an even better person.
Yeah.
This is one of the nicest dudes I've ever met. And, I know a lot of nice dudes.
Yeah, you do.
Not you, Raven Shadow.
Come on.
So we're going to be joined by Michael Neal. He'll be hanging out with us. He's talking about Drive-In Horror Show. He's got some cool stuff going on with that. He's got a giveaway going on next week, so we're going to talk about that a little bit, talk about his work, and then we'll talk about Phantasm Ravager. So, Professor J, it is 11 p.m. We're going to talk about Rock and Shock. You weren't there. I don't want to bore the hell out of you, but you were more than welcome to hang out if you'd like.
Oh. Well, I'll listen in the background. That's fine.
Okay.
And if I disappear, I disappear.
All right. Fair enough.
Well, yeah.
All right. Well,
That's my favorite In Excess song.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm here, so.
all right. And with that, we are going to cut to a break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to talk about Rock and Shock, talk about the Deadites show, and also play some awesome voicemails from all of you. So we'll be right back.
One dark and stormy night in the mid-'80s, Joe Bob Briggs, Harlan Ellison, and the ghost of El Santo pulled a train on Elvira while Siskel and Ebert sobbingly masturbated in the corner. From that union arose the greatest movie critic and luchador that ever lived. But we're not going to talk about him. He's kind of a dick. Instead, we're going to talk about me, El Goro, the stuttering movie fan and host of the Talk Without Rhythm podcast. Every week on Talk Without Rhythm, I discuss 2 to 3 movies tangentially tied together by a theme. I cover action.
I'm the most complete fighter in the world.
Sci-fi.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Horror.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
And the continuing adventures of James Spader, sexual deviant.
You're not worried that I'm going to fuck you, are you? I'm not interested in that, not in the least. Now pull up your skirt.
So check me out at tworpodcast.blogspot.com, drunkenzombie.com, or subscribe on iTunes. Talk Without Rhythm, the only podcast that will not attract the world. Adios!
Oh, delicious nerds. Ms. M knows you like to chat it up with other sexy shut-ins about comics, movies, video games, and your favorite TV shows. If that sounds like you, cuddle up to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group, or the FIB. That stands for Fan Interaction Board. Just go to Facebook and search for Trick or Treat Radio and have more fun than a Jedi at a lightsaber sale. Not enough? Watch us on YouTube, The Deadites TV, all one word. Last but not least, check out the world's most dangerous talk radio show, Trick or Treat Radio, at trickortreatradio.com.
Trick or Treat Radio is the greatest podcast ever invented. The spelling is very bad. I'm not sure who wrote this.
Sorry.
And the Deadites, is that a company that procures houses? The Deadites. Oh, it's the Deadites. The Deadites are a fantastic musical act. That is what I was supposed to say. And there you go. There it is. Cheeseburger. Remember to rent The Fly, because that's a good movie for making love to.
Jeff Goldblum, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we can get you on the show again sometime soon.
All right, we returned on Trick or Treat Radio. MZ wanted me to play the audio from this one scene, so we'll do this. This is from the Greasy Strangler, and then we're going to move on.
Right.
Bullshit artist.
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 Bullshit
Bullshit
artist.
artist.
Bullshit artist.
You, sir, are a horseshit artist.
I call bullshit on that.
Big Ronnie sniffing.
I'm detecting the unmistakable scent of... Wait for it.
Horse shit?
No, your answer is completely wrong. The correct answer is...
What's the correct answer?
Wait.
Tell me the correct answer.
The correct answer is...
This is so ridiculous.
Horse shit!
That's what I said, Dad.
Ah, bullshit!
You're covered in horse shit.
Bullshit artist!
You're officially the world's biggest bullshit and horseshit artist.
Bullshit, horse shit, cat shit, tiger shit, lion shit, duck shit, walrus shit, penguin shit, king penguin shit. B-U-L-L-S-H-I-T. New word. A-R-T-I-S-T. Spells bullshit artist.
They sound exactly like I thought they did.
Now see that is brilliant. That is brilliant writing and brilliant deliveries by both actors. It's absolutely amazing.
Bullshit artist.
and they do it with such seriousness too. That's what even makes it even funnier.
I love that this is like filmed outside somewhere, and I can only assume people who are living in those buildings. Like look down and see.
Listening to this.
I got to get it one of those shirts and shorts.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, not in the men's department.
But yeah, probably true about that.
Cornelia says that's a lot of shit. All right, so now we're gonna move on from the Greasy Strangler. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm sorry. It's gonna distract. But we have fun things to talk about. We, the four of us,
Yes.
we spent the weekend together at Rock and Shock, and we had a great time.
Yes.
Not only was it the four of us, not only was it the Deadites there, all of the Deadites at the show, all past, present, and future, right, Dynamo?
Quite a few of them showed up. Super classy, I'd say.
And we had a whole host of our friends.
Yep.
At there all weekend. You know, let's start. I know I'm going to forget people, so I apologize. But we had pretty much all of the Grand Guignol network almost. We had Unchained.
Yep.
Was there. We had Throwdown Thursday. Was there. We had Elm Street, and we had Trick or Treat Radio, obviously.
Television crossover was there?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Ghostbuster.
He's not on the show anymore. If you'd listened to the show, you would know. If you'd keep up with your memos.
I just got iTunes.
But yes, Ivan Shablatsky was there as well. So there was the past of TVCU was represented.
Okay.
And man, we saw so many fucking cool people.
Yeah. More than we normally do.
People visiting. We had, and please help me out because I don't want to forget someone. We had El Goro from Kent, Ohio, coming to Rock and Shock to host the Deadite show, to hang out with us. We had Stephanie Wiley, co-host of the Elm Street Kids Movie Club, and what would you call her? Panel fucking destroyer?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
she owned the panels that she was on.
I was watching the which one? The Scream
one
panel that she did, and she knocked it out of the park. I haven't watched the 31 one yet, but the Scream panel, she knocked it out of the park. She did an outstanding job.
Yeah, we had Jeremy McFarlane and his wonderful fiance.
Oh yeah,
Joanna. Which that's a story that we'll get into, I'm sure, when we talk about the Deadite show. Jeremy came from Houston, Texas. Both of them came from Houston, Texas, to just come hang out with the lot of us, and it was a fantastic time. We also saw Rough House Publishing, our boy Derek Rook.
Yeah.
and we saw Jaw Jaw Blinks. We hung out with Jared Blinkhorn, who was there only on Sunday, but we got to hang out with him. And we saw
Bobby Chains.
No, I mentioned Unchained.
Oh, okay.
Yep. We had also Chris McGibbon, and he had a bunch of folks with him.
Yep.
We mentioned Kex earlier.
Bill by Force and Reverend Scott.
Yeah.
Reverend Scott made it out.
Yeah.
Michael Neal we mentioned.
Yep. Alexander, Immortal Alexander,
Immortal
of course.
Alexander.
It was awesome. Let me just say that we got to hang out with Bill by Force and Reverend Scott for a better part of 2 days.
They were actually at our booth before we were.
Yeah, they were waiting before any of us got there at our booth. But that was a treat.
Jeanette made an appearance?
Yes, Jeanette was there.
Yep.
Thank you. And Reverend, it was great seeing Reverend Scott and Bill, and
can't forget Patsy and Ashes. Team Agent
said
Nicole.
Throwdown Thursday.
Well, I guess I'll fuck myself. Then.
Yeah, why don't you?
I'm saying names. I knew they were there.
And I'm sure I'm forgetting people. So if you guys think of someone else, throw them out there.
I got to meet Stuart Kerr and Mark Bloodworth, who were involved in Dead World and the Dead, which are two of my favorite comics of all time. And
awesome. Yeah.
Derek just introduced me to them like they were just two dudes, and like I turned into like a total fanboy. I was like, "Oh, hey guys," and it's like, "Oh, this is." I'm like, "I like your comics very much. I enjoy to read the Dead World."
Fabio Frizzi made an appearance.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's one thing I want to say right now.
A rare appearance.
With the exception of Oracle,
who has a very good reason.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We may have our differences. We may have problems sometimes. But once a Deadite, always a Deadite. They knew it was important to me. So Ethan McGloofabitz, Silica, Fabio Frizzi, all there, all enjoying, all chanting, all having a good time. And that meant the world to me to have those guys there. That actually made me a little nervous. Because, those guys, in all their own way, are bars of excellence. I always tried to emulate, them. So
Jenny Ismay.
Yep, Jenny Ismay was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Leading into the Deadite show, I had just about the worst luck that I have ever had in the history of a show ever.
It's unbelievable. It's like anything that. Pretty much everything that could go wrong did go wrong, right?
Right, yeah. I'm having a very terrible family thing is happening right now. So that was weighing heavily on my mind. The T-shirt guy texted me in the morning and said the T-shirts didn't work. I don't even, like, there's parts of the text I can't decipher. But basically the T-shirts I had bought and paid for weren't coming. The CD sleeves for 20th Century Bastards got fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Half of the allotment of burnt 20th Century Bastards didn't play for some reason. And then then I was just going to be late and burn some more. But the other box of Memorex dicks, CDs that I had wouldn't burn. They kept doing burn errors, like read errors.
Oh shit, Jay just sent us a picture of a T-shirt.
Sold.
From Mondo, and it just says bullshit artist. We all need them.
Yeah,
send us the link, man.
They told me, they called me and said if they cut these. Well, first of all, I was supposed to pick up the CD inserts for 20th Century Bastards at 9 a.m. I showed up at 11. They weren't cut yet or printed yet. So I went and did some other errands. They called me and said if we cut these, they will be a centimeter too small if we cut them the way the cut lines are. So in my head, a centimeter is like about a half inch, right? Am I right in thinking like or less than it, like half an inch, right?
Yeah, that sounds about
right. In my head, that meant it would sit at the bottom of the jewel case and maybe have some room at the top, but that'd be fine. I'd live with it, right? It fucking, you could have taped it in the middle of it. It looked like when you put it up to a jewel case, when I got it, it looked like when you watch a program on your high-definition TV, like if you watch Different Strokes, that wasn't filmed in high definition, there's like a small square and then like a box all around it. There's like an inch at least on either side of this thing, me and Wolfie tried a couple different things, didn't make it work. We eventually got them out. Then, as the Deadites were autographing 20th Century Bastards, Antichrist tried to do something a little fancy and used a different pen, I think. and the red ink from his signature got all over the bottom of the CDs on top of it as we kept spooling them.
Oh, Jesus.
So anyone who thought Dominatrix and Tiny White were being aloof, they were not. They were downstairs with Silica using a CD cleaner kit and some glasses kit that he had in his car, cleaning off the bottom of those CDs so that we could sell them.
Hey, Mars man, look at this. Look how badass you look in that fucking robe.
That's fucking awesome.
Who put
These
that?
are Pete Mascatelli.
Oh, nice.
He just posted a bunch an hour ago.
Oh, nice. I want to get them. Yeah. That's a fucking great picture.
Here, let me tag you on the.
Dominatrix is foxy as the day is long. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it. I literally was about to give up, and then to have a lot of our fans there, especially people that traveled from far. And I'll just say this right now because I'm honest. I'll sound bitter. To have it be important to Jeremy McFarlane, who came from Texas, and not important to a bunch of people who I went to all their weddings and stuff like that. Like, this wasn't just a show for me. I feel like I made it clear on the internet. I feel like I made it clear. If this was just a show, have you ever heard me like be pissed at my friends that they didn't go to a show, Wolfie? Like not, like
oh no, I don't
like
think so.
I might get seen, but like I don't care if somebody who I used to be roommates with or whatever else. But like, if I went to your fucking wedding, especially if you're somebody who got married 2 or 3 times, like I don't know. Like, this was important to me. You didn't come. You can all go choke on my cock. So like,
jeez, Tim Nice.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm done. I'm going to make this city work and make the Cove work in spite of all you fucking old, bitter, passed over troglodytes that don't care about the scene anymore and don't help, and all you do is fucking complain. Oh, Wisdom Magazine is stupid. Telegram and Gazette doesn't cover this. The Pulse. Shut up, you old fucking... Why don't you get on your fucking walkers and walk right out of the fucking city? I heard that there's a retirement home in Charlton for all you fucking old, used-up, shitty scenesters. Because the Deadites aren't old. The Deadites are new and relevant. And
we're pretty old.
wow, we might look old, but I don't know.
Is the Happy Garden still in Charlton?
Who?
The Happy Garden?
Yep. The band looks better than ever.
I can't remember.
That's what they're pissed about. They go home and their wife is fat and ugly and mean, right? Their wife doesn't look like Dominatrix. Their wife doesn't look like Myra. They don't get to fucking put on that fucking $3 gazillion robe and style and fucking profile down the aisle. Woo! They don't get to do that. They got to go home to their shitty fucking jobs with their shitty fucking wives in their shitty fucking house and their shitty fucking kids, and they don't get to be in the fucking Deadites. They don't build a fucking Halloween maze. They don't build. They don't write good fucking songs. They don't dance with pretty women.
Yeah,
they don't fill up rock clubs. They don't write good songs. They don't put out CDs. They don't have fucking an awesome podcast. They have their fucking shitty, boring life, and they can complain about it all day.
Yeah.
Fucking stupid pieces of trash. But you know what? None of those fucking shitty people have done anything in 20 years that they could fucking fill aisle 7 of the fucking Stop and Shop, let alone put as many people in that rock club as we did. Right? So we did bad, but we did better than they ever did. Woo! Yeah. So at the end of the fucking day, I am proud that people came from all over the United States of America to see that show, and somebody could, that's the fucking pizza tour. Fuck you with the fucking pizza tour. Like, I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, like,
Look, when I got into the Cove, they tell you who they came to see. Of course, I said the Deadites, and I looked at I saw them marking down who how many people are specifically there to see.
Slow it down.
And Deadites were there twice as long as the second closest band.
Sure. I mean, I'm not saying that the club was empty or there wasn't people there. I'm saying that there were specific fucking people that the people I'm pissed at, if they came, it wouldn't have felt like there was like a lot more people there. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that that like, oh, like these people not being there ruined it. No, these people there probably would have ruined it because they would have fucking complained.
Call them out by name, Dynamo.
Yeah, fuck
Call
them.
them out by name.
Call them by
Fuck
name.
them.
Let's call them on the air.
Let's call them.
Call them by name.
Fuck 'em.
Give me a list, and I'll
Yeah.
call them by name.
Yeah, you know some.
There's a good picture of you, by the way, Dynamo.
Oh, I only have good pictures.
Are you sure about that?
No. That's a good picture of Round Trip Jones. Look at that fucking coat.
Look at that tie.
These fucking assholes don't get to wear that. That's a fucking $50 tie. These assholes don't get to wear a $50 tie. That's a fucking $9 million.
What the hell?
Oh, man. 80s Pat posted that as a comment.
Yeah.
80s
Pat was
there.
fucking there dancing. Because you know why? 80s Pat knew it was important to me. Jason Mazurowski, right? I barely talked to that fucking guy. Front row, center, enjoying himself. You know why? Because he knew it was important to me. Right? Do you think he's a big fan of the type of music we do? Nah.
I don't know.
Dude fucking rides around on a motorcycle, listens to The Cure, probably doesn't care what we do. Like, but it was important to me. So you know what? All you other people, just don't fucking ask. Don't ask me. Don't ask Donna Matrix. Don't ask Tiny White to go to your fucking bar mitzvah. Right? Don't ask us to go to your fucking kid's birthday party. Don't ask us.
Yeah, not going.
Don't ask us.
Busy.
Next, when your fucking marriage fails or your fucking political gambit or whatever you have going on fails, don't fucking come running to us.
Oh shit.
Because we don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, it's a fucking we
'Cause
don't
you know
care
what?
tour.
We are starting over. We admit that. We got a new band. We have new people, right?
And let me just say that the new additions
Are fucking brilliant.
Moraz and
Yeah.
Myra
Yeah.
were probably better than the rest of the
Sure.
band.
And
Myra sounded great.
She just sounded tremendous. And we didn't even have, like, can you imagine that there's a world where that show happens almost exactly like it did, but we have Andy Christ there on sax and his new keyboard gear that he has, and Oracle.
Grease Jacket Beck says, preach it.
Yeah, fuck them. Like, you have to understand, like...
First time Michael says, go Dynamo, go.
See, I made a mistake in Worcester, and you know what that is? And that's how I know Silica is my real friend. That's how I know Ethan Magufabitz is my real friend. That's how I know Duncan Arsenal is my real friend. That's how I know Eric Godin is my real friend. That's how I know Fabio Frizzi. That's how I know the Deadites. Because you know why? When we were doing bad, right? Okay? When no one listened to our podcast, when no one was at the show, right? Okay? When nobody wanted us on their other show, right? When we weren't interviewed for anybody else's movie, okay? Those people were there. But we made a fucking mistake, which is the worst fucking sin in the city we live in. You know what? And I'm paraphrasing Morrissey right now when I say it. But and I don't think I am. I don't think I am this. I don't think we are this. I think we are just beginning. We are in the early stages. But they hate it when their friends get successful. They hate it. They hate it when their friends are happy. Right? You know, Michael Simzak, that dude's my fucking brother. Derek Ring, he drives me crazy, but that dude was fucking there. Right?
Yep.
You know, like there were some people there who had reasons not to be there. Derek Rook had 2 guests in town that weren't up for it. I fucking get it. You know what I mean? Jenny Isme had a thing. But you know what? If you didn't even drop me a line on the show, which wasn't supposed to happen, because when I had a cyst in my throat, see, I've been humble and quiet about this stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
Right? But when I had a fucking cyst in my throat, what did they tell me, Michael Ravenshadow? That I wasn't going to sing again.
Yeah.
Right? And then they took the cyst out of my throat, and there I was. And then I had cancer in the first stage. And they said, the cancer's going to make it so when we take this tumor out of you, you're not going to sing again. And then they took it, and I was still okay. Right?
Yep.
And then they're like, you still have more cancer. And this treatment is going to mess up your throat, so you won't be able to sing again. So I booked the show, right? And everybody's like, we're coming, Dynamo. We can't wait. We can't wait. But you know who didn't say they were coming? Silica, Ethan Magufabitz, because that's just what you do. You know what I mean? But if you said you were coming and you didn't drop me a line and tell me that you weren't going to be there, that means it doesn't matter to you. Unless you're dead in a gutter,
Let me just clarify real quick, because Jethro and Humacon saying, now I feel bad because I couldn't drive halfway across the country.
Not at all.
Tim from Australia saying, I will try to make it next year.
Tim from here's my problem.
It is not you guys. Let me just...
You didn't say you were coming. You have to understand there's a dichotomy here, that when there is a certain expectation versus a show, you spend a certain amount of money versus that, right?
Okay.
So it's like when you throw a party or a wedding, right? And then you have to spend all this money because you got to feed all these people, and you have all these things, and you have all this entertainment. And then those people don't come. You spent all that money for nothing. Right? But I don't even care about that. That happens when you throw a show. Okay? Sometimes your fans can't make it, right? Sometimes they don't want to go.
There's a fucking snowstorm.
Right, yeah. They don't want to go. Our fans made it. My friends, air quote, the people who I hosted local radio for, the people who I promoted shows for, the people who I supported their shows even when I wasn't on them, the events I shared, the things, the legwork that Myra and I have done over the years for other people, the work that Duncan Arsenal has I have done for other people, right? Where were those assholes? Because they're too old now.
Wow. Creepy Girl says, all that anger is not good for you. Let it go. Focus on the positive and all the people that did support you.
He is letting it go. If he was to keep this contained, he would explode.
That is positive.
Yeah, you don't understand, like, it is easy. I love, a lot of time people who aren't artists will, try to be very humble, think that you should be very humble and think that you should just be grateful for what you had. And I am grateful for my fans. And I am grateful for my friends from all around the United States who were there. But Jay, who's on the line right now, that dude didn't say he was going to be there.
Click.
Right?
Well, I got to go. See you.
You know what I mean? And, it's very frustrating for me. There is a bunch of people, and if I didn't say your name, it doesn't mean that I didn't mean you.
Anyone out there live or listening to the podcast, he's talking about only the people that said they were going to be there and then didn't show up.
And that might not be people I don't know or people that I only know because they go to the show. These are people who I lived with. These are people I broke bread with. And I'm not even talking about a dude like JT. JT lives in another fucking city with a baby. Another state, right?
Plural.
Yeah, with a baby. With babies. A brand new baby. I get it. Yeah. But you know what the difference is? He didn't say he was coming.
Right.
But like...
and the people you're talking to probably don't listen to the show.
No. You know why?
So once again, if anyone else...
when they did listen to the show?
It's not.
No, when they did listen to the show and no one else did.
Fears.
Now they don't want anything to do with it because, it's politically incorrect. It's an election year. I can't be affiliated with that sort of rabble.
We're actually more politically correct now than we ever
I
were.
shouldn't be affiliated with that sort of rabble-rouser. At the end of the day, I think that there were incredible people there. That was one of the most incredible nights of my life. Now, I didn't give a very good performance. I won't make excuses. That's my fault. But what I will say is that I was part of one of somebody's special time, and we'll go back and talk about it. I got to hang out with El Goro and Wiley, and that was incredible. You can't replace it. And like I said, every time I look out and think about, like the old Deadites being in the audience, like, the Deadites Hall of Fame, I call them, that almost makes me weep. That makes me proud. Because business is business, but they were there as my brothers.
Riku says, I thought about the guys at Rock and Shock while I was burying my misery in Overwatch and anime.
Nice. That's fair. But at the end of the day, Jakey Poo, the dude didn't say he was coming.
No. And,
right?
And
he lives far away.
To be fair, he lives far away. So
so it's just a matter of don't try to placate me. Don't pretend you care that I was sick and say that you want to be there for when I make round that corner. Like, that was a race for me,
Right. And the thing about that, too, if it gets your hopes up, you're like, oh, shit, I'm so happy that this person is going to be there to support me. And then they don't show up. It's disappointing.
Right. And to me, it means they don't care. Because, again, a lot of people had shit going on, and they picked up the phone. They sent me a text. But, like, if I was that fucking sick and won and then booked another show, or maybe it's, what it probably is, to be honest? with some of those cases, you know what it is, Wolfie? That's not the cool club. You know, that's not the club that the hipsters hang out and drink Pabst Blue Ribbon at. You know, that's the new hip club. That's the club, you know, the normie club. You don't go there. You know, so, like, but at the end of the day, like, I feel, how can I word this? I feel cleansed.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I know I don't have to invite 900 fucking people next time I have a party. Right? I know who I can invite. My friends. My friends came out and supported me, and they didn't. Jakey's in fucking Cincinnati almost. He said, break a fuck. He texted me and said, break a leg. Some dude was down the fucking street at some fucking hipster bar and couldn't even text and say, hey, man, have a good show. My friends suck. Jesus. My family is amazing. And if you were there or you messaged me, you know, and you know, or whatever else, you are my family.
SL made an appearance?
Huh? SL? It's fucking front row. She's the only way I knew the fucking songs.
All right, I do want to touch upon the actual show, the event.
Okay.
There was a show?
Some of the awesome
I am
things
sorry
that
I got so angry.
No, I wanted you to get it out. I know it was something that, you know, that was kind of, you know, there, and you wanted to get off your chest.
And if you want to treat me like shit, that's fine. But don't treat Donna Matrix like that. Don't treat Tiny White like that or anyone else on that stage like that. Don't fucking pull their chain and say you're going to be somewhere and then have something better to do.
Wash your hair.
Yeah.
But the show, while the turnout might not have been exactly what we wanted, the quality of that crowd
was incredible. One of the best crowds ever.
We had, as we stated, we had people from all over the fucking country there.
Right.
Supporting the band, there to have a good time, hanging out. We had one of, and no offense to people in this room because I know you guys have hosted, but we had an amazing fucking host.
Yeah.
He was better than advertised, I think.
Fair.
You know, you had given him a you know, like you had basically you'd rep hard for him.
Right.
But he was even better than I
imagined.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
He could be a fucking ring announcer for like wrestling. Like,
he could be a wrestler.
Well, he could be a wrestler too.
Yeah. He could announce his own matches.
He could be the new Mr. Kennedy.
I'm coming to the ring.
I weigh 263 pounds.
So, but it was. So we'll talk real quick. So, one of the acts couldn't perform.
Yeah, that was fucking shitty.
It was shitty, but there was a very valid reason.
Oh yeah, no. I don't mean shitty like they didn't come.
No, I know. It was shitty that we didn't get to have the show that we advertised, but
they're going through something very similar that I am, but they're unfortunately a few days ahead, I guess.
Some family stuff, and Mary Catman was not able to make it, but we did have Agents of Chaos fucking knock the shit out of the park.
Yeah, as they always do.
Yeah. And they had you up on stage, Dynamo.
They did for a song that they wrote about me.
Yeah.
It was real nice. And know what? That's the best gig I ever had. All I had to do is drink a beer.
And then also followed up by Rhetoric, who was very interesting and very cool. Like they had the, you know, the whole kind of dress up gimmick, but they played some very interesting stuff.
Yeah, they were cool.
I dug them.
Their lead guitarist was playing guitar out in the middle of the street outside, laying down, just playing riffs.
I didn't get to hear Rhetoric live. It sounded just like I was downstairs getting ready, and like the way that club is so open now, it just sounded like an earthquake was transpiring to me.
Yeah, and then of course the Deadites took the stage. I think Deadites played about a good 90 minutes or close to it. It was a pretty intense set, and there was some really awesome moments.
It was definitely it was definitely probably the most entertaining show that I've seen that you guys put out.
Maybe.
Highly entertaining.
There was let's see, I'm trying to think of some of the moments. I really like the way the intros were done, Dynamo.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So it was the whole.
We played Total Eclipse of the Heart, basically. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In between, introducing everyone in the band, that was really cool, and I guess I got to cut right to it. Jeremy McFarlane got called up on stage. Him and his girlfriend, now no longer girlfriend, fiance, up on stage, and he took a knee right there on stage at a fucking Deadite show and proposed.
Yep, it was amazing.
It was just crazy. I mean, the fact that somebody would want to do that at a Deadite show is, it's an honor to us because, I mean, someone thinks that highly because that's going to be a memory, something they remember for the rest of their lives, you know? And to choose to do that at a Deadite show is just kind of crazy to me. But awesome, It's very cool.
Yeah. Well, not only are they a part of your history, but now you're also a part of their history.
Yeah.
Right.
I actually talked to a good friend of ours, good friend of yours from school too. Her a different one that we've mentioned on the show, but her name is Ruth, and her current living boyfriend, they might be married now. Their first date was a Deadite show.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Riku says, I feel Mars is right on this. I felt the sting of people not coming to my events before. It's super unfun, especially when you support your buddies and they're not there to support you.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do art a lot of times a week. You know what I mean? Not just these shows. I do a lot of different things, and not everything I do is for everybody. It doesn't bother me if you like it. It doesn't bother me if you don't see it. It bothers me. This show was more than a show for me. Let me just put that over. I don't care that you didn't come in October. I don't care if you don't come this time. I don't care if you don't come in December. This was more than a show for me. So that's why it bothered me. I think that's probably worth clarifying.
Yeah, definitely. And, I mean, that was just such a cool moment with McFarlane's.
So,
soon-to-be
I knew it
McFarlane's.
was going to happen.
Yeah.
But, it was still super emotional.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I
think almost everybody in that room got a hug after that,
Yeah, it was, weeping a little bit.
Yeah.
I was a little sad.
And it was very cool. Alexander shot some footage. He shot the entire show.
Right.
And shot some backstage footage down in the green room.
Yeah, and another thing that's amazing is that Monza Zero ruined the memory of the wedding for me.
Not for you. So MZ.
I didn't ruin anything.
No. All right, he didn't ruin anything. His costume. You guys have heard us talk about Chow Daddy.
Chow Daddy, right?
If you have not watched the PSA, go to YouTube and type in Chow Daddy PSA, and you will see the glory of Chow Daddy and MZ dressed up as fucking Chow Daddy.
Yes.
And it was amazing. He looked great. And for the marriage proposal, it just so happened that you were on stage, or I pulled you up to the front.
Yeah, you pulled me up to the front.
Very recently. And he had hung out at the front, and in every single photo of the marriage proposal is fucking Chow Daddy.
I'm tired of being single. Tired of celibacy. Coming home alone and having no hun.
I'm tired of not doing no comes.
Roaring and ready and fuck ready. That's
Hookers, escorts, prostitutes, girlfriends,
guys,
sisters, aunts,
bullshit artists.
Go. Now, see, that wasn't.
I'm tired of pretending my boner don't hurt.
Now, see, that wasn't my fault. Wolfie, I was out on the floor. Wolfie pulled me up on stage. Next thing I know, there's a proposal going up on stage, and I don't know what's going on.
You should have got away. Should have left.
But he pulled me up. He pulled me up to the close to the stage. I didn't know what his plan was.
You're gonna fucking announce a man and wife. You fucking.
I didn't know anything about what was going on. He knew all this time.
Well, I didn't know they were getting called on stage. I had no idea where it was taking place. So.
But all right. But I sure as hell didn't know anything.
We're not talking shit. I'm just saying it's funny.
No, I know it's
Chow Daddy's in all the pictures.
No, I think it's funny. He's going to be the best man at their wedding.
Every fucking picture of this wedding proposal, there's fucking Chow Daddy. No matter who no matter what fucking angle it's from.
Well, you know what the funny thing is that I was standing around watching this unfold on stage, and I can't remember who it was, but somebody to my right was taking pictures, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm in the goddamn way. I better get out of here. So I just back off, and next thing I know, everything's just going on, having a good time, and but hey, Chow Daddy's going to be the best man at their wedding.
All right, so this is a nice segue, I think. I'm going to go ahead and play a voicemail from Jeremy McFarlane. Maybe it's relevant, I don't know, but let's go ahead and hear from our boy.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio. It's Jeremy, guys.
What's up, buddy?
Just wanted to let you guys know, I wanted to thank you more that night, but I know you guys had some recording to do for the documentary. But, I just want to let you guys know from the bottom of my heart, I thank you all so much. I love all you guys.
Oh, man.
Everybody in the Deadites. Just have so much appreciation and so much love for you guys. And I miss you guys already, man.
I miss you.
Yeah, miss you, man.
Me and Joanna, just want you guys to know, me and Joanna really
both of you.
This is something that we'll never forget. And it was a special moment, special people, and you guys are part of my family. And this again, I hope you guys have a great show, and just want to let you guys know I love you guys. And again, thank you so much for the bottom of my heart, man. Thank you so much. And talk to you guys later. Bye.
Well,
he sounds like he's getting a little choked up about it.
Love you, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jeremy, it was awesome, man. It was awesome hanging out with you.
Yeah.
And, it was an honor being a part of that, and we appreciate you, saying all those nice things. It's very, very kind of you, man.
Joanna's super cool.
She's
awesome. She had the snake, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
She did.
awesome.
I mean, I don't know, like, there was just so many fucking cool people there. You know what I mean? Like, it was just so unreal, and it's so surreal.
It was funny. I was
like to have, I looked at one point in El Goro, and I don't think they were talking, but El Goro and Slacks were shoulder to shoulder at the bar, and I was just like, man, what a cool thing,
No, totally. I asked people, like, oh, how's the show? I'm like, oh, I just met so many awesome people. Oh, did you get photos with celebrities? I'm like, no. People that
Friends,
who were just hanging out.
Yeah,
and
these were our celebrities, man.
Yeah, it was just fucking cool. I mean,
No
exactly.
doubt.
Seeing like JJ Blinks and Goro in the same room, in the same shot
Right?
together.
Right?
Derek Rook looking all fucking huge. Sexy.
Yeah, it was such a great time, man.
Sarah, at the table.
Yeah, it was awesome. Sarah was so awesome hanging out. with
She
Sarah.
was
I always
cool.
had such a good time.
Yep.
She was cool.
Tim from Australia posted the Chow Daddy video. Yep, that's it, Tim. And there's MC's Chow Daddy. Unfucking believable. Let's continue on with this trend of hearing from friends that were at the show.
Can I just say one more thing, Wolfie? I have the
one
feeling.
more? That's it?
I have the feeling that people might not understand part of that rant, and I already hear part of the retorts like, "Oh, is that why you went to support their friends so they'll support you back?"
Down a rabbit hole now.
Yeah. So if you want to honestly, I have the feeling that I think that
it's a two-way street.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's not though, because I don't
No.
normally care if people come to my shows.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
But people have rock shows, or they'll have an event going on, and that's kind of the thing. Like, if you go, you're not expecting them to come to your next thing, but it's a nice gesture. And obviously, the Deadites don't play out that often.
No. I missed 4 years of things while my girlfriend had seizures.
Yeah.
Right.
But when there's a show, when you fought cancer and
I was
won,
sick.
You were sick.
And I might still have cancer. I still have cancer. I'm winning.
I think what you're trying to say is that this isn't just a particular show. This isn't any Friday night. This is something special, and the people that you're talking to made a point to say they were going to be there.
Right.
They were specific people. Everyone in this room came to my wedding.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
do we get to attend the next part?
Stay tuned. Stay tuned, Johnny. More to come.
We might have to bail you out.
But that's a specific event. It's not just I'm having a cookout. I'm having a wedding. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're not just hanging and having a show. You're having a return show, and people said they were going to be there.
Right.
I honestly don't think. I appreciate you wanting to clarify, Dynamo, because I know you don't want people to be pissed that shouldn't be pissed, but
Right.
that's all it is. It was an important show, and he stated that it meant something to him. And if people couldn't show up, that's fine. But if you say you're going to show up and you don't show up for an important thing like this, you look like a dick. That's
Right.
all it is.
And don't even drop a line.
Yeah.
Pirate Jenny sent me a beautiful message. You know what I mean? And like she was just tied up and far away and wasn't going to get back in time.
Oh shit! Ric Flair Woo had something nice to say. He says,
What'd he say?
"Embrace the fact you're the best horror podcast first, music second. You guys are amazing with this podcast. Embrace your exceptional podcast."
Well, I do embrace the podcast, but I don't take one over the other.
They're all parts
1A
equal.
and 1AB.
All parts
1A
equal.
and 1A.
The band, the show wouldn't happen without the band, and it's just a symbiotic relationship. They go nicely. So let's hear from another voice from the Deadites past, someone who was at the show and someone who was a big winner. Dynamo.
No kidding. I wonder if he turned it in or just wandered away though. That's my question.
I don't know. So we heard from an old friend, Fabio Freezy.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Fabio Freezy.
Nothing's ever easy.
I just want to drop you guys a line and remind you how fucking awesome you are.
Thank you.
Shucks, man.
Seeing you at the show over the weekend meant a lot to me. I almost got sent down to Florida to miss the whole thing, so making it there was a huge relief. I fucking love you guys, and every Deadites show is the best Deadites show, and I really thought last weekend was something special.
Thank you.
I was really happy you guys played Double Damage. I think Myra and Ms. M really melted some hearts with that one.
Yeah.
And I love the new lineup. I think you guys are better than ever.
Thank you.
I was happy you guys played Doc Quiddity. I haven't heard that song in forever.
Yeah.
I was happy too.
So I wanted to thank Round Trip Jones for bringing in the sounds of R2D2 on stage with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also just wanted to also say, every time I get a shout out from you guys from the stage, I don't know what to compare it to, but it's kind of like if you guys went to go see Depeche Mode and like Martin Gore, singled you all out in front of the whole audience at Madison Square Garden. That's how special that feeling is to me.
Wow.
I also have to say that getting a kiss from Ms. M was amazing, and I fell in love every single time she bent over to pick up her whiskey.
Yeah.
You guys rock. I can't wait to see you at Ralph's, and to everyone else that was at that show, I swear to God, the raffle was not rigged.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you guys soon.
Thanks, Freezy.
That was real nice.
I was surprised to see Freezy at Rocket Shock earlier in the day.
Yeah,
that was
really
a nice surprise, and that dude's awesome, man.
He's the best.
Great dude.
We didn't even talk about some of those things. Round Trip Jones, Theremin, that was fucking awesome.
I think he was a little rusty on that thing, but
I think the Theremin was a little rusty.
well, yeah, maybe.
But Morez, how fucking awesome did his bass sound? Like he had the sounds.
Oh, it was incredible.
Like the sounds sounded like the songs.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like it wasn't like it was like just sounded like it was over. It was like I don't know. And Myra, like no one will replace Oracle, and no one is ever going to.
Mm-hmm.
But Myra was so awesome and so different and such a great addition to the band. Like so fucking great. Everybody loved it. I believe the sexy librarian called Myra a baller.
A baller. All right, well, let's continue on with some voicemails. These ones may not be as relevant to the weekend that was, but still, this may be. So let's hear from our buddy Josh from the Arkham Film Society.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio guys. It's Josh from the Arkham Film Society here. Just calling in this week.
Josh dropped me a line.
Unfortunately, I did not get a chance to watch this week's film. Even though it is something, it's been on my radar, I quite want to see it. So I am going to try to watch it over the next day or two so I can leave my thoughts on it for next week's show, along with whatever you do for next week. But I definitely wanted to make sure to call in, leave a message, and tell you guys how great it was to see you all this
awesome.
weekend at Rock and Shock, how much fun it was. I know we didn't get to hang out a whole lot, and I didn't get to go out and eat or anything, but it was just great to see you guys, great to hang out, great to see everyone else, too, that's friends with the show that was there, all the other folks from the Craig Guignol Network. It was just wonderful seeing everyone. And hopefully, get to see you guys all fairly soon again.
Yeah.
And
be awesome, buddy.
yeah. I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. And I just wanted to express how great it was seeing you guys. So.
It was awesome, man.
That's cool. I got to catch up on the on the films. Like I said, I didn't get a chance to watch it because with Rock and Shock stuff, and then with my event last night, which went very well.
Awesome, man. I'm so happy to hear it.
Even though it had a couple of technical difficulties, it still went well. But it was a lot of fun. But it just kept me too busy to watch the film. And yeah, so I'll give you my thoughts next week. And I hope you guys all had a great weekend and all are having a great week and are having a great show. And if any of you want to see Jared's finished short, send me $5 and I'll send you a copy of it. Oh, wait, no, don't tell Jared that. All right, you guys have a good one. All right.
Thanks, Josh. Awesome seeing you, man. We, he was almost as busy as Wiley. I think he had as many or maybe more panels. He was hosting tons of panels. He was always busy, but he always made a point to stop by and hang out with us for a bit. So, very cool of you, Josh. And I'm so bummed out that I wasn't able to make it. I was having some major car issues.
Yeah.
And I just could not take my car down to Providence. But it sounded like it was a great time. And I know Jarrett Blinkhorn, our good buddy, debuted his new short, which I don't know if it got another name change, but it was carved for a little while. Mm-hmm. And he did show us an early cut of it. We all saw an early cut. And it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he asked for our constructive criticism, and it was very difficult to come up with anything to say. But I loved it, man. Like, that dude, I want him to make a fucking feature.
Yeah, he's got some skills.
That dude is really fucking good. And his music, the music that he composed for was fucking great.
He also needs to find a way to tie those shorts together so the world can see those, because all of his shorts are exemplary.
Yeah, they're all very, very good. So, and we're not just saying that because he's our buddy.
No.
But it's absolutely true. He's a very talented dude. Mm-hmm. He's fucking awesome, dude. I love hanging out with that dude.
So what if he doesn't buy any movies that I'm in? So what?
No, he
that
did.
Don't matter.
That's right. He didn't.
That doesn't matter at all.
He bought Bone Sickness.
Yeah.
he made me, that dude, both him and Josh made me feel really, really, because there was smoke coming out of my ears the next day, and both those dudes, unintentionally, I think, made me feel real good the next day. So.
Yeah. So very cool, and I'm glad it went well. And I guess we're gonna let the cat out of the bag because neither of us were there and the event's over, but the secret 16mm film was Jared Blinkhorn's The Fly.
Yeah.
16mm The Fly. Pretty fucking great.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
So I'm glad that the event went well, Josh. I hope you continue to do stuff like that, man, because I think it's awesome. And, maybe we'll talk next time we get Blinks in studio. We'll talk about it a little bit and see how that whole process, I'd love to hear more about that filmmaking process. How he did it in fucking like shotgun fucking schedule. So awesome stuff. All right, let's hear from our buddy, First Time Mike.
What's up, Trick or Treat family? This is First Time Mike. How's everybody doing?
Doing well, buddy.
Well, according to Facebook and various podcasts and YouTube videos and everything I've seen, Rock and Shock 2016 was a stunning success. Looks like everything went well for the Deadites show, and congratulations to Jerry McFarlane and his lovely fiance.
Yeah.
Best of luck to the both of you.
Absolutely.
You guys were talking about convention stories, and I got a couple.
Yeah.
I was on the college newspaper, the MATC Times, back in the early 90s, and when I became Entertainment's arts editor, they had a local convention called Fantasticon, and I had the chance to meet Brink Stevens, Monique Gabrielle, and Michelle Bauer.
Nice.
And I got to interview Brink and Michelle, and both of them were just incredibly gracious ladies. This was around the height of the Scream Queen era, and they were two of my favorite people I've ever interviewed for the school paper. Brink Stevens, she was signing autographs, and I thought we were going to go on the side and, take a table and talk a little bit, but they had me sit up with her while she's signing autographs, and she was very gracious to everybody, and we're interviewing in lulls of the autograph signing. And before we started recording, I had made the comment. She's like, "Well, how are you doing?" Or, I goes, "Oh, I saw one of your movies last night, and I saw you nude." And I just blurted that out, and she thought that was hilarious, and she was very gracious about it.
Oh, man.
So afterwards, we were taking pictures for the paper, and I wanted to get a picture with her. And she just, before I could do anything, she leans over, puts her shoulders around me, and pulls me into the side-by-side hug. And on the picture, you can see me I'm blushing, like
Nice,
like I'm a teenager. And it was a great time. They were both of them. Monique Gabrielle was pretty nice too, but she wouldn't do an interview with us. But that's right. In Milwaukee, we had Gen Con in Milwaukee from like 86 to 2003, and I went pretty much every year because it was pretty much a bus ride from my house to downtown Milwaukee. One year, some of my friends that owned a game store had a table there that was across from a place that would have import videos. So they would have copies of The Beyond, and that's around when we're starting to bring in a lot of Asian movies. So in the TV, one of the movies in regular rotations was The Story of Ricky.
Yes.
I saw that movie sitting at the table helping out once in a while about 5 or 6 times at that convention, and it was amazing every time. People would literally stop and stare and watch just the blood ensue.
Hell yeah.
The best Gen Con story I have is it was the Lost in Space anniversary, and it had several cast members of Lost in Space, including June Lockhart. And there was nobody at the booth, so they're talking. And I wasn't a huge fan of the show, so I wasn't planning on getting any autographs. But June Lockhart was sitting there, and there was some gamer guy, and I don't want to get pretty deep into the story, but there was ass crack involved. Okay, the guy was it was disgusting. Right in front of June Lockhart. I mean, it's the mother of Timmy and Lassie. Why are you doing that? I mean, but so after this guy went past, I felt so bad for June Lockhart that I went over there and spent $15 and got an autograph of her from the movie Troll, where she's getting the spear before she turns into Anne Francis. So those are some of my convention stories. I know I went a little long today, so
it's awesome.
I wish everybody a good evening. Be well, everybody. And this is first time Mike saying good night. Goodbye.
Thanks, buddy. Those are great stories. And that was pretty much, I wanted other people to chime in, and if they were there, and if not, some of their favorite convention stories. So thank you very much for that first time, Mike. Appreciate you relaying that information. Let's see. Let's hear from Creepy Girl. I think she may talk about this movie a little bit that we reviewed, so let's hear from her.
Okay, this is Creepy Girl. It's like my third time trying to do this without running out of time. I wanted to give my opinion on Greasy Strangler, and I wanted to give it before I listened to what you guys had to say about it. First thing I thought of when I saw this movie is it reminded me of Napoleon Dynamite. Now, I love Napoleon Dynamite. I love that movie. I could watch it a million times. I don't know why. I just loved it. I love the characters. This movie, I don't know. I'm really torn. I don't know if I liked it. I really don't. There was a lot of nudity of people that I did not want to see naked. And there are a lot of very weird wieners that I'm wondering, were those their actual wieners? If anybody can find that out for me, please. I want to know if that was their real 2-foot long pointed red tip wiener or their teeny weeny, extra weeny teeny weenie.
That's likely.
Was that real?
It's possible.
That's what I want to know.
He was big.
And that
No one could have a penis that small.
freaking jungle bush that came out of the one girl. There was a lot of stuff in this that I thought was kind of distasteful, and I'm not that kind of person. I don't care. I love things more you shock me, the better. But I don't know. Just some things were just like, what? Ew. Like, why? And I don't know. It just, and I just don't know if maybe if I watched it again, if it would grow on me, or, I know I didn't love it, but I don't know if I hated it because I didn't stop watching it. I didn't stop looking, and I don't understand why I continued watching it, but I did. And then there was just little stupid things they said, like little catchphrases that kind of, I don't know, grew on you, just like Napoleon Dynamite. But I still, at the end, I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, what did I just watch? But I don't know. Sometimes that makes a movie good to me, so I don't know. I don't know if I liked it. Is this a dumb review or not? I don't know if I liked it.
I sort of.
No.
I wanted to tell you guys I watched a movie that nobody's heard about, and it was really good. It was called Minutes Past Midnight, and it's an anthology thing, and it had some really cool little stories in it. I mean, I really enjoyed it, and I think you guys should check it out. It's just weird that nobody's heard of it, and I kind of thought it was really good. I know Mars is going to say, if she liked it, I'm going to hate it. But there are a lot of things, Mars, that me and you love.
It's true.
The same.
Dogs love it.
So I really wish you guys would check that one out. I think it's kind of like one of those sleeper or hidden gems or whatever. All right, that's it. I love you guys. I'm going to go so I can listen to you. Bye.
You're a bullshit artist, creepy girl.
Man. Bullshit artist.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very
Dog
much.
shit. Cat shit.
Penguin shit.
King penguin shit.
Panda shit.
Duck shit.
Well, thank you very much.
Walrus shit.
Creepy girl. Yeah, we were you, me, and Mars were pretty much all
on the same page.
Very, very similar with that one. So, we had ST, who I'm not going to say the name, Raven Shadow.
Yes.
In the chat, ST said, "Beck, let's hook up."
Whoa, slow it down, ST.
So Grease Jacket Beck replied, and she said, "Sorry, ST, I'm not here to jibber jabber. I'm here to fangirl on these guys and listen to their awesome podcast."
There you go.
Jibber jabber.
That's one way to. That's one way to
jibber jabber.
Shut up an ST.
Mic drop.
Why would you try to get down with a lady if that is your name?
Yeah.
Riku,
What are the odds?
Riku says this Chow Daddy PSA is so disturbing. Wow, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Now picture that every fucking day after school.
Oh yeah, that every fucking day.
And he came to fucking my school.
He did?
I told you guys that.
I don't.
Did he
remember.
really?
Jesus.
Well, it was. I don't know if it was a Chow Daddy or the Chow Daddy. It might have been like the Easter Bunny.
Burgers.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
I got his autograph.
Raven Shadow.
Yeah.
Spar.
You got his autograph?
I don't have it still, but as a child I had it.
Man, I would treasure that thing.
Yeah.
And Lost in Atlantis is hanging out.
Oh.
Hey.
And she says Chow Daddy was hilarious.
Hopefully she missed how angry I was. I really am glad that I got to perform for Wiley, though, because I feel like on stage, somebody said, be happy at your podcast, but I don't feel like, and I love this show. I've never missed an episode, so you don't have to guess how much I love it and how important it is to me. But I don't feel like, I don't know, this doesn't come natural to me. This is alien to me. Being up on stage is very natural to me. So I was glad that she finally got to see me in my real element. Yeah. Well, I think a wrestling ring is probably my real element, but this on stage is about as close as it gets.
Yeah. There's I just noticed here that Mixtape Massacre is doing a giveaway. They didn't say how long it's running though, but it looks like all you got to do is go to Instagram and share this photo, and you could win a copy of Mixtape Massacre and a T-shirt. It's pretty fucking cool. So if you guys want to go to Mixtape Massacre on Instagram, just look for them and find the one that has the giveaway. It says Tricks No Treats Contest. So maybe we're Perfect to help them promote it.
Yeah.
So,
We got a cut of that?
maybe. All right, we have one more voicemail. This is from our boy Riku.
What's up, Trick or Treat Radio?
What's up, Riku?
It's Riku. So you guys were looking for some con stories, and I have one for you. About 7 years ago, I went to an anime con with some friends of mine, but I wanted to go in a costume. So I had a red jacket, a white tank top, some kind of ripped up jeans, red Converse, and pulled my ponytail through the back of my Fatal Fury hat, and I went as Terry
Nice.
Bogart.
Nice.
And that was a lot of fun.
That's
I got
amazing.
to talk to and meet like voice actors and like music composers for video games and like freaking anime that I liked. And then the game room got to play like Capcom vs SNK and King of Fighters, and I got to play the games with Terry Bogart in them, in the character's costume. It was pretty cool. Like just kind of as a personal thing. So it's great whenever you hit his super and just kind of have that nice little moment of, this is cool. Anyway, have a good rest of your show. Bye.
Thanks, Riku. That's pretty fun. I'd love to if you have pictures of that. I'd love to see that costume. Tweet it out to us.
I love it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. Thank you for letting us know, and thank you for telling us about your convention experience. And
Look how fucking full the chat room is. Like, I don't always get to see it because I'm on the other side of the monitor, but it's fucking awesome.
Well, yeah, it's been really full tonight. I guess people don't care about debates and they want to hang out with us.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh shit!
Well, they got to see an old weirdo have a breakdown a few minutes ago. So.
Grease jacket back, Raven Shadow.
Yes.
She says Raven Shadow any day of the week.
Oh, Bamboleo. I think the fuck.
And twice on Sunday. No, that was me. I said that.
Nice.
In Australia, they call twice on Sunday the boomer night.
Speaking of Australia, real quick.
It's my fucking favorite.
I'm not going to ruin it yet.
All right.
But we performed an interview, myself, Mars, and MZ, with an Australian celebrity, right? Would you say?
Yes.
And that's going to be on our Halloween show. We have the extra special Halloween special, and we got that coming up, and we're gonna have that interview there.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Drive Jack and Mark says, "What happened to my voice message?"
We played it, didn't we?
Yeah. No. I didn't get one from Mark. Mark, let me know where you sent it. I'll double check. I don't see it on. Let me just refresh here. I don't see it on
Any
SpeakPipe.
day of the week, Raven Shadow.
Yeah. Beck, I'm on the Facebook. It's Michael Raven Shadow.
She's in the group.
I know, but like, just saying.
Hey.
I love Australia.
Hey, she don't need it every night. Every morning will be just fine.
Just slow it down. It's about.
Hey, shut up.
Slow it down. It's nice. And I gotta say, I think one of my favorite parts of this weekend didn't even involve Rock and Shock or the newly rechristened Cove Music Hall.
Oh no!
No, it was able. I got home Saturday night. That was pretty cool. No, but I got to hang out with Alexander, the immortal Alexander.
Yeah. You guys had pizza and frozen pizza and beer, right?
We had Pabst Blue Ribbon, and we had a little delicious DiGiorno pizza.
It's not delivery.
It's DiGiorno. But no, it was cool, and I've hung out with Alexander at various events, various Dynamo cookouts. But it was just really cool to hang out and chat with the dude, swapping stories about the homeland, Italy for those who don't know. But he's a super cool cat, very fascinating, and that was really really cool. And he brought me home.
Yes, he did.
That was very cool.
And actually, all right, this brings up a good point. Lost in Atlanta says, "Hi, Raven Shadow. Thanks for getting the table."
Thank you, Stephanie.
No.
Yes.
Are we disputing this?
Yeah, no, because they wouldn't let you reserve a table for that many people, right?
No, here's the thing. Okay. As we'll,
It was a table of like what, 20 we needed or something insane?
Here's the thing. The Deadites and Trick or Treat Radio crew never do things quickly. So as the evening was coming to a close, realized we had a large group and we wanted to eat. So I had to get a table. So I go over there, I get a head count. Apparently every time I got a head count, it was fucking wrong.
Not even like close.
So I finally got a head count on over there a half an hour early. A half an hour before we were going to be there. And I said to the dude, I'm like, hey, listen, I have a large group coming over. Can we get a table? And he's like, oh, we don't secure tables. I'm like, all right, but we're gonna have a lot of people who are really coming over. No, we'll put those tables together over there. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, all right, fine. Half an hour later, we come back, and now the place is more packed. I see that tables have been reserved, and I'm like, this is kind of why I want to reserve a table. But end of the day, it was exciting. I mean, I think we should change. We had the Denny's table, but I think moving forward, it should be the Uno's table.
No, fuck Uno's. I'm mad at them too.
Well, no, all the people that are there though, it's a new level.
No, they acted like we like.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, they acted like we fucking robbed them, and really we gave them almost $1,000, and they were like complaining because they had to figure out the bill.
That's fair.
It's like
I don't think they were complaining.
It's like a banker complaining about getting money.
Why'd you bring all these singles in?
Right.
Well, Stephanie was very nice to me.
Yeah.
So you were going to claim that you were the 2-time table champion.
But I don't think.
But I have to dispute that.
Yeah.
No, because I was still. I still got the
No,
table. Stephanie,
no.
tell him.
No,
I
you
did.
Not. You did not get the table.
I did.
We all showed up, and then they sat us.
Right.
Because
if
I was
you had
there
gotten
first.
the table, we would have walked in and walked right into our table.
Right.
We did go. We did.
You did. No, we waited.
A win's a win.
We were in everyone's way.
I
You did not get the table, Raven Shadow.
facilitated the table.
You did not.
I was the herald.
Speaking of that dinner, I know some funny motherfuckers, but I don't know if I know anybody as funny as Reverend Scott, man. That guy had me laughing my ass off. And I got to thank Bill by Force personally, actually, because he made my special lady friend very, very happy because he got her one step closer to unlocking the mysteries of November Rain.
Oh, yeah. We had quite a...
By asking...
That was a panel that I hosted.
Yeah, by asking Ricky Rackman if he knew what the fuck was going on in that
At the
video.
end of the video, yeah. And he did not.
He did not. He was in it, but he didn't know.
Drive Jack and Mark, if it was, I don't know if it was SpeakPipe. If it was, it's just not there. But if you recorded it as a voice memo, resend it again. I would love to play it. So, I'm bummed out that it didn't arrive.
The
There was a couple really, the whole fucking weekend was.
How about Patsy's fucking Patsy? How about the Throwdown Thursday podcast? Amazing group cosplay.
Where they dressed up like Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. It was fucking awesome.
That was brilliant. That was so well.
Patsy was 11.
Yeah, it was good.
And Ashes was Mike.
Yeah, I was very confused.
And everybody
Nicole.
thought that Patsy was somebody else other than 11.
And Agent Nicole was Dustin.
Yeah. At first, from across the con, I thought Agent Nicole was Ash from Pokemon, but then I saw the
the pudding and the
and
teeth.
I was, over the top. But that was fucking incredible. Every time I saw those guys just going about their business at the con, it made me smile. So it was awesome.
Are we forgetting anything about the con?
I don't know. It was the con was real fun. I forgot my. You want to know commitment? When you and I are podcasting and Monster Zero says, and we go Monster Zero.
Yeah.
We go Monster Zero. You have the table, right? He goes, yeah, I got the table. So we turn around and start recording the show.
Meaning he's going to watch it.
Right,
so when people come, he's
you
going to
don't
talk
watch
to
the
them
table?
and-
Monster Zero pulls out his lunch, pulls up a chair.
With his back.
With his back to the table and starts eating a fucking Conan the Barbarian sized chicken leg. Oh, yeah. And Michael Raven Shadow looked like he was 5 sheets to the wind. So all these people while we were podcasting were walking by the table, and these two weren't paying him any fucking mind at all.
What the fuck was that?
I was eating.
Yeah, but
you
you said you were going to watch
you were
the
gonna
table.
watch the table. And then you turned your back
And I
to
did.
it.
No, you didn't. You had your back turned.
Your back was turned.
How do you think a neck works? I mean, you turn around, you take a look, and then...
How do you think a neck
neck
works?
works.
Yeah.
You're a bullshit artist. You're horse shit. Penguin.
Cat shit.
Penguin shit.
Duck
Penguin
shit. Walrus shit.
You're a bullshit artist.
Yeah, it was like, I don't know. I still can't believe that somebody traveled all that way.
Yeah.
Got fucking married. Proposed. Apparently, Donna Matrix kept telling me on stage that I didn't understand how it worked. Like I thought they were married.
Now you guys knew that was happening. Did you know that was happening?
I think I knew.
I didn't know anything about
I
it.
didn't want to tell very many people
Yeah,
because I was afraid somebody would
Didn't want it to get out.
Yeah, I was afraid somebody wouldn't if they weren't standing near each other, they wouldn't know.
The only person I told was Alexander because I wanted him to be
Film
ready
it,
for it to film it. So
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. We filmed the beginning of our documentary.
Yeah.
Which of course
We talked a little
everything
bit about
went wrong, and we filmed segments for
Survival of the Film Freaks.
Yep.
Bill by Force's documentary he's making with Kyle Kukta.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think
I
that,
feel like I think I'm gonna end up on the cutting room floor.
Yeah,
on that
I'm gonna be right next to you. We'll be cuddling on the cutting room floor. Like
Yeah.
I'm really a shitty interview because I'm just a bad interview.
But it was an honor that he even asked us, which was fucking cool, man. That dude is awesome. And Alexander was, man, that dude's dedicated to his craft. He didn't even enjoy the con. He was just filming us.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole fucking time, setting up his lights.
Yep.
Doing interviews.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fucking awesome. I can't wait till we can see some stuff. Obviously, it's going to be a while. He's going to be, this documentary probably be made over the better part of the next several months to year. So
That was a pretty cool surprise for Jeremy too that Bill was there because I don't think he put two and two together if we mention it, but he goes up to the table, I introduce him, and he just looks at me and goes,
"That's Bill by Force.
That's Bill by Force.
Yeah.
I've been listening to that guy for a long time."
Yeah.
And then Reverend Scott, and he lost his mind. You know,
And I was not there for it, but apparently Jeremy McFarlane is a huge, huge fan of El Goro's because he's been listening to him since the beginning, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when he got a chance to meet him, I guess he was a little nervous.
Yeah.
And I don't, hopefully I'm not embarrassing him or anything, but he went to reach his hand out to shake El Goro's hand, and El Goro's like, nah. He grabbed him and gave him a bear hug.
Why don't you come over here and give me a hug?
I was there for that.
Yeah, you saw it?
I think I watched El Goro and Jar Jar Blinks do sex. I'm not positive of that.
Oh man, that would be a good-looking fucking kid.
Good looking.
It would be a really good-looking
He'd
kid.
have perfect genes.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
He'd be a luchador, filmmaker, film critic, god.
Right.
Sex man god.
Wow, sex
Sorry.
god.
Can we edit this?
Nope.
I think another great, it was just one of those things. I won't let any cats out of any bags, but I feel like some people had a real connection at that con, and it made me, and I could tell there was an ease and sincerity.
Well, let me talk about one of those connections. While I was filming my segment for Survival of the Film Freaks, directly in front of me, in line of sight, I see El Goro and Ms. Wiley make it out. I'm trying to fucking focus on this interview.
I guess the cat's out the bag and the bag's in the river, I guess.
Well, I mean, El Goro talked about it.
Well, I know it's true too, but I don't know. I was trying to be sweet and coy about it, but they did. They made out like crazy. But you know what?
Good for them.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of people might be like, oh, well, but you could tell there was a real connection between them. You could tell that there was an ease, and they were I don't know, it was good. I felt like I'm very happy.
They were comfortable with each other.
Stephanie just posted a picture of MZ watching the table. Your back is definitely turned to the table.
Yeah. So
Next work.
exactly. You turn around, and that's how it works.
Sorry.
Oh shit!
Look at that fox at the table, though.
Los Atlantis says we were not making out.
Sure.
Maybe it was a kiss.
Making out's fine.
No, they were holding each other quite a bit. That's pretty much the extent of it.
All right,
hold on.
it's not our business to talk about.
But
yeah,
I think
no, it's not our business to talk about, but we'll talk about it anyway.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I feel like
there were lots of connections made.
Yeah, I feel like I was an internet wingman on that to a degree because I was so I feel good.
A lot of moments shared. Reverend Scott's a lot bigger than I pictured. He's a big
MZ
dude.
watching the table.
Dude, why didn't you don't remember him from?
I never saw him before.
You drink too much booze.
Why?
Because we hung out with him 2 years ago.
Wait, at a party?
At Rocket Shock.
You were there for a little bit of it, I think.
This is the first year I was ever there all 3 days.
Yeah.
But he was there all 3 days that time.
You know what
I
I'm
might
gonna
have
do?
been drunk.
You know what I'm gonna do? Riku. Riku doesn't have a Facebook account, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this picture of MZ watching the table, and then I'm gonna tweet it out just so you can see it. Okay?
That's an 8x10 for next year.
Yeah. Do me that, Faith.
The only bad part about that is look at my fucking huge dome.
Yeah. You got like a butterbean thing.
No, you
going on.
don't. No, you don't.
No, don't. Yeah,
No, you
yeah.
don't.
I
Come
do.
on, come on.
No, you don't.
Yeah, since the guy was,
Speaking of
the guy
Butterbean.
was fucking pulling out the Technicolor lunchbox there.
Speaking of Butterbean,
Yeah.
look at that. What's going on there?
Guy pulled out a giant fucking ice cream sundae. Guy pulled out
his
fucking
Lunchables.
chicken leg. I'm watching the table.
That was a big piece of chicken, by the way.
That was big.
It literally looked like Conan the Barbarian.
Oh, there was no Batista though.
Or Hagar the Horrible.
No.
Yeah, I can't remember who, but someone texted me and said, like, I need to find Batista because I want a famous bowl.
Los Atlantis says, thank you. Thank you, MZ.
You're so welcome.
You guys are back
For
in
what?
the same wavelength, huh?
Yeah, I'm just so...
Yeah. Well,
I
that,
hate
that
it.
never leaves.
Just so you guys know, I
It
hate it.
never leaves.
Yeah, I hate that. That really bothers me.
Oh, about
Yeah, I hate it. Oh, man, it really
her and
grinds-
Goro? Yeah, no, they were just
her and you.
Yeah.
Being friends.
Yeah.
Oh,
getting along.
Really grinds
Well,
my
no,
gears.
that's cool.
Yeah, I hate it.
Well, you're in a hateful mood anyway, so what's one more thing to be bitchy about?
Yeah. It's like a dress for the show.
All right. Well, I think that's.
Slime.
I think we got to start winding down here. We
Let's
do
go.
have we have an email. Let me pull this out. This is from our buddy Murph Dynamo.
Smurf.
Nice.
Our
so
buddy
nice.
Murph. Murph says, "Hey guys, first of all, let me apologize if any of this is garbled, unreadable mess. Over the last 2 weeks, I have shotgunned the last 3 months worth of content from all the podcasts I listen to, so my brain is a bit overloaded. The last show was funny as hell. I'm sure the folks in the cubicles next to me now think I'm insane from listening to my barking random thoughts or barking random laughter. Great show as always, Murph. P.S. I'm pretty sure Raven Shadow smells like something using a half-empty bottle of Brute aftershave as a spit cup ashtray for what could only be Lucky Strike no-filter cigarettes." That's pretty close. That's pretty close.
I don't smoke Lucky Strikes.
You should smoke Silk Cuts.
They don't import them anymore. I used to.
Should vape.
Nah, man.
What, you making fun of vapors? Goro vapes.
He's fucking awesome. He's a fucking Viking sex god. Okay.
You make fun of him. You make fun of his vaping, and you're pretty much a grease spot.
I'm not making fun of his vaping.
Just in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't gonna. You know what I mean? No, I'm not changing, man.
Look at that fox in that Monster Zero picture. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's like smoking a fucking sonic screwdriver.
What, Kyle Bachman? He's pretty foxy.
He is. I like the Bach.
The Bach.
The Bachman
Bach
Blues.
Lesnar. All right. Anyone have any other thoughts about Rock and Shock? I know we could probably continue.
No, I feel
talking
bad I
about it.
yelled, though. I feel real bad.
Well, you yelled.
I
You got it off your
I feel
chest.
good knowing that I scored 2 original one sheets.
Oh, yeah. What'd you get? Tell folks.
Oh, man, I got Police Academy and I got Moving Violations, and man, those fuckers are getting framed.
Nice. Know what I got?
What?
A Raiders of the Lost Ark fucking board game.
Yeah. I
Thing's
saw.
the fucking
no shit.
Dopest of dope bomb shit right there.
Whoa,
Yeah.
wow.
And I got a Dolomite.
Nice.
And
Vinegar
I got-
Syndrome?
He's
Yeah,
not
and I
as
got-
cool as Dolomite.
No, and I got Human Tornado.
Oh, so Vinegar
But I did
Syndrome?
not get Avenging Disco Godfather. Yep. And I got
Nice.
Mad
Good
Man.
pickup.
And Baroness gave me Sorority Babes at the Slime Bowl Bowl around.
Oh, you lucky
Baroness was
prick.
there?
Oh, he gave that to you, huh?
Yeah, because he likes me.
Oh, you lucky prick.
Oh, shit. Lost in Atlanta says, my Martin press kit is the shit.
Yeah, it's
$5.
fucking,
Yeah,
I
it's,
no
can't
fucking
believe
shit.
it.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, she scored big time. Actually, her and
she
who
got that
else?
press kit.
A couple. Yeah. Actually, and who else? Josh Gravel scored on a bunch of shit too.
I should get another picture of you.
Oh, come on! What the
It says
hell?
MZ showing us how his neck works. Still not
Yeah,
watching.
see?
Still not watching the table.
He's like, come to the show tonight.
The thing is, the perspective that you can't see is the table is directly behind him.
Well, here's the other
He's
thing
looking
that you
at
gotta
someone
realize.
else's table.
Here's the other thing you got to realize. You two were talking, right? Doing your thing. I forget what it was, but you brought it up. I forget what you were doing, but you
Elm
couldn't.
Street Kids.
All right, yeah, you couldn't do the you couldn't do the table, so you had Raven Balls and myself take care of it.
Yeah.
I'm eating. What's Raven Balls doing?
He was probably drinking.
But Raven Balls also, we didn't ask him specifically if he would watch.
Oh, yeah, but how about the other time? I'll tell you. You know what? For that, under the bus, we're coming back. We have the table. You guys leave to go to the show. Like, all right, MZ at the table. He's like, yeah, you got this? Slapped me in the back and walked away for an hour.
Wait about. I think he was worse than you this year. We got there on Sunday. Now, first of all, let me say I'm very thankful that you guys helped out so much because there's so much going on this weekend. So First of all, let me preface it by saying thank you for helping out and being there at the table.
Now let me tell you how much I think you suck.
But let me tell you how much I think you suck. So we got there. I got there a little late on Sunday because I was fucking beat. Well, I had played a fucking show.
My girlfriend doesn't believe the show is ending. It's amazing. I'm like, come get me. She's like, it's real early. I'm like,
It is.
I'm like, no, it's on time. We're just always real late.
Yeah.
Did someone get into a fight?
So yeah.
Who's quitting now?
So I got there a little late on Sunday, and then I was thankful for MZ to get everything squared away, and then we heard that the cast, the 2 members of the Evil Dead, Ash vs. Evil Dead cast were there.
Yep.
What are their names? You remember?
Dana DiLorenzo and Ray Santiago.
Okay, so they were there signing autographs and giving out posters for free.
Yep.
For free. Like everything else costs money here.
It was like it was only for 2 hours though.
Yeah, very
I
short.
had no idea. I missed that whole thing.
Very short window. So MZ is like, I'll be right back. I'm just going to see how long the line is. 90 minutes later, he comes walking back all happy with a poster and autographs.
Was the line long or was the...
It wasn't. It was.
Say it was long.
Let's see. Shut up. It was at the concession stand as by the time I got to that line, and I waited about maybe 45 minutes before I finally got to see them. And by the time I got to see them, the line was all the way down at the other end of the building.
Yeah.
It was only a 2-hour window. I got there maybe a little past the first hour.
It's not like he could text me or anything.
She is lovely in real life.
Oh, she's
I mean,
adorable.
she's beautiful in the thing.
Well, you love his hair, MZ. You could not stop talking about.
No, and I told him, man. I told Ray, I'm like, your hair is fucking amazing.
Your photo with her is uncomfortable.
I think
I didn't.
I think you're on a list now.
Yeah, am I the only one that thinks
on.
that? Am I the only one that thinks that?
You might be.
She's sexy. Let me see it again.
Yeah. It's on my my header page.
I don't remember who was it that gave the face for like the back of the neck choke.
Yeah, go to
stand?
my profile page. You'll see it.
It looks like you're gonna give her like you're giving her a neck like a nerve hold.
All right, I'm tweeting out this fucking picture. So Riku can see it.
Somebody needs to superimpose have him be on a toilet.
Like Spider Jerusalem.
All right. Well, I think we should start winding down because we're close to just over 3 hours, which never happens these days. So,
or any days.
I want to thank everybody for coming out to Rock and Shock. If you came out to Rock and Shock, you came out to the Deadite show. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to us.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people have been throwing around the word family.
Yep.
But it really, that whole weekend felt.
Yep.
It just was so fucking awesome,
Yep.
And so thank you, and even to the people who wanted to make it but couldn't.
Yeah.
Because I know there's people in Florida, in Ohio, and Chicago, and we understand. Like
Right.
I wouldn't be able to go on a trip
Nope.
right now because of the way my financial situation.
I didn't get to go to
is.
Cinema Wasteland. I get it.
So we totally get it, and we appreciate the fact that you guys even wanted to be there is awesome. So.
Yep.
So to anyone who was there, who thought about going, who might think about going in the future, this is a pretty special group that we have, and we're very lucky that we have so many amazing people that surround us. And that's you guys that listen, and it's not just the people that were there at the show; it's the people that tune in all the time. You guys are the fucking best, and we cannot thank you enough for your continued support and listening to us and. And sharing it and whatever you guys do, like it means the world to all of us.
Yep. Can you believe that like we're just 3-4 days removed or something like that from the fact that El fucking Goro hosted a Deadite show?
Yeah,
you don't get any fucking cooler than
no,
that.
like a couple of years ago that was a crazy thought. You know, and we didn't even know him a few years ago. You know,
so fucking cool. Like I mean, that guy's one of my favorite film critics ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I have no idea how he does what he does.
No.
Just himself most of the time without I couldn't do it.
Nope.
That reminds me, Mars. I don't mean to cut that short. But you have a project that just kicked off.
What are you fucking talking about?
Countdown to
Oh,
Halloween.
yeah. Sorry. I was really at a loss.
Well, yes, I have a new film coming out in the fall.
Yes. I didn't know that those tapes had gone out so early, but for posterity, I should wanted to show Monster Zero how it works in a hotel. No, but I do every day from yesterday to Halloween on our YouTube channel, the Deadites TV. I will be giving you a Halloween centric review called this year it's abbreviated, but the Countdown to Halloween.
13 days.
Yeah, episode 1. I gave you everything you need to know about the Deadites, but we're afraid to ask. In episode 2, I review the contemporary Perez Hilton starring slasher, Most Likely to Die. And I'm real bad and real rambly. But, give them a listen.
Yeah, so the way you guys can listen is to go to our YouTube channel. So go to YouTube and then go ahead and do a search for the Deadites TV. It's all one word, the Deadites TV. And you will see they're going to show up in your feed. If you guys subscribe, you'll get notified when they appear. But every night at midnight Eastern until Halloween, Mars is going to drop one of those. And definitely check it out. Give it a listen. They're anywhere between like 8 and 20 minutes, right, Mars? Like most of them will be on the lower end of that, but
yeah,
there'll be a few that may get a little longer. But
yeah, I suspect I have one about an alienating my audience episode coming up that's going to be on the long side.
There you go. So go ahead and give that a listen, guys. And once again, subscribe to the YouTube channel, The Deadites TV, and you'll get notifications when those come out. And we may be doing some more stuff. I don't know. I mean, we're already so busy as it is, but I would love to start doing some more video stuff down the road. So you'll definitely want to be subscribed for that. All right. I think that's going to do it. Do you guys have any final thoughts on Rock and Chakra this weekend that you guys want to get out before we MZ?
Nope.
No? Well, then do your goodbye.
Arrivederci, douchebags.
All right. Raven Shadow, anything you want to
Just
comment?
had a blast. Thank you for everyone hanging out, and it was great. Really, I really enjoyed it. Thank you all, and vaya con diablos.
Marsman.
I love all of you. I love the Deadites, and I love you guys.
Oh, shucks.
Remember, children, wherever you go, at least make sure if you say you're going to be there, you're there. There you are, I mean.
And in the chat room real quick, there's a flurry of comments. Jethro says, I made it all the way to the end of the show tonight. Yay. Thank you, Jethro. I know typically you have to go to sleep, but we appreciate it, man. And Riku says, oh my God, I forgot to put into my voicemail how a guy asked to take a picture of me. He dropped his phone, and in my best English accent, I said, are you okay? Then he took forever to take the picture, and I got to toss in with the hand wave. Hey, come on, get serious. And Jethro says, because Greasy Strangler has already been taken as a title. All right, I think, Jay, are you still there?
What's that?
Jay's like, it's like that fucking movie, Summer School, where the guy passes, like a guy goes to the bathroom and comes back at the end of the semester.
Zipper got stuck.
Yeah.
I feel terrible. Jay, why didn't you yell and say a dick joke or something?
I've been doing some work, just listening to you guys.
We love you, Jay.
We
man.
have Professor fucking Jay on the show.
Yeah, I know.
Jay, do you think I sounded like an asshole?
Nah, fuck those people.
You had nothing to say during that?
Thank you.
He was doing work, he said.
Yeah, I was just listening,
All right, man.
I like to watch and I like to listen.
He's a voyeur.
Yeah,
Thank you, Jay.
Jay.
Oh, thanks, gentlemen. Sounded like a good weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And thank you for the Greasy Strangler recommendation. It definitely was on the list, but when you mentioned that, I was like, okay, now we got to definitely do this. So it may not have been reviewed otherwise. So thank you. That was certainly an interesting pick. And we always love having you on, my friend. And we'll definitely have to do it again soon. And when you're up here next, if we can coordinate it so you can get in the studio, we'll do that again.
That sounds good.
All right, Jay, is there anything you want to plug? I know Back Alley, as we said earlier, is a little hiatus. But is there anything that you want to plug?
No, nothing to plug right now.
Plug your lectures or something.
No. Plug all my stuff in Charlotte. Everybody comes down to Charlotte. No, nothing to plug right now.
All right.
Go to the Espresso Bar show on December whatever. Right.
There you go.
Next Deadite show.
Thanks. Yeah. All right, Jay. Thanks, man. And we really appreciate you hanging out with us and sitting around for all that.
All right, keep it greasy.
We will.
Hey, Jay.
Oh, I think he's gone.
You're a bullshit artist.
There we go.
He's there.
What? Bullshit.
Horse shit.
Bullshit. Cat shit. Walrus shit.
Penguin shit.
King penguin shit.
Whoever put that, I look like the fucking penguin, by the way. That was mean.
It was 80s Pat.
I just said nice things to him. You're on my S list, Pat.
Yeah, no, he's not.
Remember, children.
Yes. All right, everyone. That's going to do it. So thank you, everyone, for tuning in to episode 221. We'll be back next week. We're going to have Michael Neal in studio, and we're going to talk about Phantasm Ravager. We'll see you then.
Bullshit.